I like this. I need to download this. I wonder if there's any sound that comes with it.
Hello.
Yep, it does. Good. Hello. Ooh, easy puppers. Easy puppers down. Why so angry? No need for any of that anger, puppers.
I think the TTS isn't on yet.
It's on now. Let me do a quick refresh.
So how was work today?
It's work. Work is work. It's always gonna be work.
Nothing eventful happened?
Nope.
Have you played this game before?
Yes. This is my second time playing it.
I don't think I watched that video of you playing it last time.
Let's see. Last time I played it was May 11th, and it is partially blocked.
May 11th of April?
Unblocked in Canada, Italy, Russia, U.S. outlying islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, and United States. 59% blocked in America.
I'm guessing music?
Elvis Presley got me blocked. And so did video. I'm gonna have to skip. Damn. I'm gonna have to skip.
At Mike Carrier.
I gotta skip cutscenes.
Welcome to the stream. A while. Crystal Kidden.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Welcome to the stream. At Mike Carrier. Murica.
This faggot in Russia that flagged my fucking video
At Mike Carrier.
needs to eat a bag of dicks.
Yo CK.
Oh, that is frustrating. Not even the hot ones can eat a bag of dicks because they're no different.
At Mike Carrier said, all Russians, except for the hot chicks, can eat a bag of dicks.
It's mainly just the government, but the people allow it to happen. They essentially bring it on themselves. You know, when Mama and Papa mysteriously disappear because they were voicing their opinions against the current czar. You know what happens there.
A while. Saint Troglodyte.
Saint Troglodyte.
Chat. Welcome to the stream.
What is a troglodyte?
Well, a troglodyte, so an arc. It's that little crustacean thing that looks like a manta ray. A little bug.
At Mike Carrier said,
No.
yeah,
Well,
can't hardly
caveman.
take them all out. They basically us in 10 years.
Well,
Saint Troglodyte.
We'll be them in 10
said,
years, you mean?
Caveman.
Yeah. It's also an insult, you know. It's like saying the slack-jaw Neanderthal or something like that, you know. What is up, everybody? It's Chaos for You 728, and I'm back with some more Berserk. This is it's been out for a while. I've only played it once, as y'all heard. Is like May 3rd was the last time I played this shit. So we're gonna figure, you know, I've played most of my other games, and I figured I'd get back in this and play through the story mode. Maybe check out the Endless Eclipse mode or the free mode eventually. I am in the process of uploading something real quick. If I can fucking find it. Oh, hell. Where'd you save to? Where'd you save to, you cunt? Ah, shit. I gotta find it now. Ah! Oops, didn't mean to do that. Ah, too many tabs. Show and folder, where the fuck are you? Ah, in the downloads section. Well, let's fix this real quick. I need you here. And we'll just put you under game covers. That'd be easier for me to find you. We'll paste. There we go. So something new for my my broadcast part, you know, where I cover the news. What's up? Where the fuck? And suddenly the video I just cut and paste in here suddenly disappeared.
Don't you just love it when that happens?
Yeah, I do. Well, shit. Show and folder. No, it's not even. That's great. Don't you just love it when technology doesn't work like it's supposed to?
Yep.
Where the fuck? It should be this last file on here. I'll do it the next stream. Oh well.
Technology, the best worst thing to happen to humanity.
Like I said, I thought I could have swore no, I didn't. But I did save it under here, so it should be under here, but for some reason it's not. Let's just try all video files real quick. One more go before I say fuck it, and it's essentially what I'm gonna end up doing here. Saying fuck it and deal with it later. So came across an interesting article, you know, in my times. I like to look up shit that makes people's heads hurt. And we've been talking about this here on my channel quite a bit, about this word right here, and how much of it is actually perpetuated or manufactured. Because we all know that this is a neo-Marxist ideology meant to divide the whites and the blacks. It is essentially a colored person's ideology. This is from Real Clear Politics. Opinion by Roger Kimball. The real problem with racism in America today is the demand for that the demand far outstrips supply, because racism is just prejudice, but they made it a buzzword, and you know, they had to find a way to make themselves the victim so they could push it. May come chiefly from our woke elites. Yes, it is true, our woke elites are the ones that really push this garbage. People in powerful positions of authority, control the money, shit like that. They need to keep us divided.
At Mike Carrier.
It is they who understand that the change of racism
actual facts
is,
and its spread as the new
is a potent meal ticket and guarantor of institutionalized political power. Accordingly, they have a large stake in perpetuating the reign of racism in this realm to incentivize this matter. As they do have an incentive, because this is a money-making scheme right here. They make money by pushing a fake agenda, so they get a couple things out of it. They get us divided, they get us distracted from what's really going on. So it's two fronts. The main narrative of this drama is racial conflict, enforced and perpetuated partly by a woke media machine, partly by governmental fiat. The real goal is the destruction of America as a meritocratic republic that cherishes individual liberty and the rule of law. That is true. We used to be very meritorious driven. You know, your merits got you where you were. And these are the points that Thomas D. Klingenstein makes in Racism in America Today, a Real or Manufactured Problem. Powerful speech he delivered at the Women's National Republic Club. This is a feminist, right-wing feminist group. Earlier this summer, and just posted on his website at tomlickson.com. To a very significant degree, he argues racism is a weapon crafted by woke leftists in order to overthrow the American way of life. Clinton is chairman of Claremont Institute, is reflexively forthright. To the woke left I say, if you want to destroy America, then we will fight you and defeat you. America is not yours to destroy. Hear, hear! This speech is full of hard truths. Blacks commit more than 50% of the violent crimes in America. Yet, only about 13% of the population. Those that do math know that, yeah, their math, the left's math is clearly broken. The woke tell us this is due to racism, but America knows better. We know that racism does not cause more crime or out-of-wedlock births or lower academic achievements. Part of it is the father being out of the home. That's a big part of it. But, you know, they don't talk about that. And, you know, I find this part funny, you know. They thirst after them snow bunnies, and the snow bunnies thirst after them without even realizing that they're going to be left a single mother for the most part. Just saying, the stats prove me correct on this, so, yeah, you know. Here's the kicker. It's not racism, but culture that causes outcome differences. Yes, culture. We had a very strong culture here in America until these Marxist retards come in and started spurging out and shitting all over it. Literally, we had a foundation laid before them, and they come in like pigeons and just started all over the place because they weren't part of the club yet. They didn't want to have to earn their stripes. They didn't have to want to earn their way to the top like everybody else before them that had been there already had been doing. This is why Integration should have been. It shouldn't have been instant like it was. They should have not have integrated us the way they integrated us. It should have been an overtime thing, gradually releasing them into America.
I think they are going to do COVID shutdowns again.
Yeah, they're going to try for it.
They are going to tell women that they will tax the bad men more to pay for their student debt.
More than likely.
Democrats will win in a landslide.
More than likely. We'll see. I mean, the system's already fully rigged, so we can't. They're probably going to be like, see, the system's not rigged by letting a Republican win. And then that Republican's not going to be much better. Let's see here. There's also clear sight about the ultimate aim of the woke weaponization of race. Group outcome equality. Equity is the more appropriate term. Forced equal outcome through the government and state. Most Americans, he points out, believe in color-blinded advancements according to merit. I believe in that. I don't care about your skin color. You're going to do the job, and you're going to do it right, and you're going to do it well. That's what I care about. If you ain't going to do your job, I don't fucking want you working for me. That's just how it is. Most members, he points out, believe in colorblind advancement according to merit. Hence, these two goals are utterly irreconcilable. Irreconcilable. Fuck. You can't offer admission to college, medical school, law school, flight training, or anything else according to race and other quotas, and at the same time offer admission according to merit. It's one of or the other, merit or group quotas. Clanstein is right. These irreconcilable goals make this struggle a war. It does. I've been overlooked for people that were less qualified. It is what it is. A war in which the woke left seeks total victory. We do not often acknowledge the uncompromising nature of this ideology. It's called neo-Marxism, and you can't compromise with it. You have to snub it out, stomp it, and burn it, and kill it with fire till it's non-existent anymore. It's the only way to get rid of it. The uncompromising nature, the blah, blah, blah. What it wants is not compromise, and certainly not conciliation. What it wants is the utter destruction of its enemy, which is us. This generally unacknowledged home truth helps to explain why the word racism silences conversations and sends an anticipatory shudder of delight down the spines of politically correct vigilantes of virtue. We don't own them shit either because they didn't own the land either. They were nomads. They lived off of the land. They had no claim to it. They sold their land. Some of it, yes, it was taken. And in an attempt to make things right, the reservation was presented. And guess what the reservation is? Socialism in action. People don't seem to realize that because it's our tax dollars that are funding their lifestyles. But hey, you know, that's again, it comes down to do they really deserve it or not? See, the things happen before, you know, it's happened throughout history. Why start reparations now? I mean, it seems kind of dumb. It was going on long before. We fucked up. We let them integrate. What more do they want? No, they want free handouts too. Not all of them. Some of them. The ones living on the reservation. Those are the ones who want the handout. They're too lazy to get out there and actually do the work. But, hey, to each their own, I guess.
Said,
this generally unacknowledged home truth helps to explain why the word racism silenced. Yeah, it's just a name. It's like someone calling someone stupid in the middle of a debate. It's name calling because they don't have anything else of value to add to the conversation. They've been beat, and their only thing is, well, you're racist because you don't blah blah bloggity blah. Same thing with feminists. If you don't blah blah blah, then I guess you don't like women. Oh, that's bullshit. I just hate your stupid ideology. Like the word heretic in an earlier age, racism is more weapon than word. Yeah. Its primary effect is not to describe, but to intimidate, ostracize, and silence. What semantic? Oh, you know.
Saint Troglodyte.
Semantic.
Said,
ooh.
I hope the progressives keep doing what they are
Anti.
doing.
That sounds like a word.
Walking away.
You know,
Think
semantic.
What's happened in Africa.
Anti-Semitic.
They blasted men and whites. The men and whites left.
Semitic.
Spearman
Yeah.
said,
it's a Jewish word.
I would like to mention the Umayyad Caliphate.
Yeah.
They invaded Europe. So did the Huns,
Yep.
the Mongols,
They all did.
the Berbers.
Everybody's
the Ottomans.
invaded everybody
It's
when
a
we started
miracle
creating
Europe
borders
lasted
and
as long as it is.
it is a miracle.
Saint Troglodyte said,
Just to let you
now
finish.
Africa infrastructure is falling apart.
Yep, and they're jumping in bed with communist China and Russia and all them other countries in hopes of getting on that dollar that they're trying to make so they can
At my
lift
carrier,
themselves. Well,
said,
the elites can lift
"Fuck 'em
themselves
all."
out of poverty. All right. What semantic significance it may command is overshadowed by its use as an epithet. Once it is successfully applied to a person or practice, a sort of secular damnation, or at least excommunication ensues. Seldom is there any appeal, let alone absolution. Those who blaspheme against the Holy Spirit, said St. Mark, cannot be forgiven. Racism is the eternal, the unforgivable sin of our age. Those successfully accused of racism are beyond the pale, cast out into utter darkness. It'd be a tall order to explain why this should be so, but seems clear, as Klingson notes, that charges of racism and the pursuit of power go hand in hand. Is he telling the truth? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's just a power buzzword? Oh, really? Who'd have thought? Who'd have fucking thought it was just a buzzword for grabbing power?
The spearman said, what the minorities don't understand is once white people are killed off, they are next. The foe doesn't even see non-Western countries and ideologies as a threat.
Nope. The deployment of power always attracts acolytes and entrepreneurs, so it is no surprise that a thriving cottage industry has grown up around accusations of racism. Elsewhere, I have called the resulting enterprise Racism Inc. There is no shortage of workers on that assembly line. On college campuses, but not only on college campuses, as such names as Al Sharpton and Ibram X. Kendi remind us. The bludgeon of racism is a popular and effective instrument of moral one-upmanship and social control, not to mention intellectual conformity and economic blackmail. You fire me because I'm black. That's racism. No, I'm firing you because you're a lazy idiot that didn't do your fucking job.
Saint Troglodyte said, the world runs on the American dollar. The Chinese won't open their dollar to the world for stability. So
much
when
longer.
we collapse, the world collapses. So honestly,
That's
we
why
get the
they're
last laugh.
That is exactly why they're trying to create that new currency, and they're going to try and push it worldwide. So when our dollar does shit out on us, that'll be there to come in and save the day. The one world currency that they've been talking about for the past 50 years now. You know, the New World Order that people claim doesn't exist. You know, the Illuminati and the higher echelons of the Freemasons. Yeah, them. Yeah, those people. Let's see, where was I? Given the prominence of racism in today's lexicon of moral opprobrium, I've never heard that word before. That's a new one for me. It is curious that the word itself is of very recent vintage. Indeed, it is a neologism, so recent that it does not appear in the 1971 Oxford English Dictionary. So it's a new word. It didn't show up in America in the lexicon. Oh, geez, this is not too long. That was shortly after the civil rights movement. Oh, geez, could it be because by then the communist Negroes and the communist cunt feminists done got their fucking foot in the door and done got affirmative action into positions of power and authority? Could that be it? Could that be the reason why that it didn't enter until then?
Said.
Oh.
They have to open the Chinese dollar to the open markets. They have to be transparent. The Chinese won't do that.
Chinese being transparent? Yeah, right. Just like the Russians being transparent and North Korea being transparent. My ass. The supplement of my edition of the OED, printed in 1961, introduces racialism, the tendency of racial feeling, antagonism between different races of men, but fails to provide an equivalent of our multi-purpose
Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. The top families of those banks are the culprits. Been in power since 1913 when the Fed Reserve Act was passed.
And those were of a certain certain religious group of Zionist lines. We're just gonna, yeah, Zionist Jews are in control of all that. They're in control of the media. They're in control of the banks. They're the ones that are pushing all this garbage. They're the ones that are indoctrinating our children.
Said. What a coincidence.
I know, right?
That Mike Carrier said.
Perhaps
they can all
that
take a hot
fact
part out
is
of my ass.
itself evidence of a
When shit hits the
particularly
fan, I hope they
insidious
have
form
more
of
ammo
racism.
than me 'cause they're gonna need it.
Oh, the more insidious
Saint
because
Troglodyte
it is unacknowledged.
said.
Or perhaps
Rothschilds are,
that
which those
fact...
banks are also owned by and have relation to the Royal Crown, the Royal Crown's bank.
Who'd have thought, you know, the kings and queens of England and all them. Man, who'd have thought? Along with the recentness of the word in any currency, suggests that there is something artificial, manufactured, even cynically manipulative about the tort it describes. Cleansing speech reminds me of a profound observation made some years ago by the philosopher Sidney Hook. As morally offensive as is the expression of racism wherever it is found, Hook wrote, a false charge of racism is equally offensive, perhaps even more so, because the consequences of a false charge of racism enable an authentic racist to conceal his racism by exploiting the loose way the term is used to cover up his actions. Well, I know of a certain group of people that like to throw this word around like it's Halloween candy anytime you don't agree with them on anything. So that's essentially what's happened here. You know, I won't deny that there are people out there that don't like someone just because they look different, but that's not racism. That's just prejudice. It's being prejudiced against someone. So
the spearman said. At St. Troglodyte, those families owned the newspapers in Britain during the Battle of Waterloo. The press said Napoleon won and was on his way to London. The market crashed and they bought it for pennies. The
Rockefellers owned the news outlets early on, and throughout time they've kind of divvied it to people that they want. Those board members aren't chosen by the members. They're chosen by a person above the board. People don't want to acknowledge that. You know, the secret society, you know, you got your board, and then you got the person behind the board that's working all the strings. Kind of like Bill Gates with Microsoft and all that. You know, he's just kind of behind the scenes, working the strings, still collecting a check off of it. Even though he didn't come up with the idea, he put a bunch of people together to do the work for him.
Said,
but hey,
the Catholic Church did way more damage over the years if you want to go back, even their own kind.
See, the thing about the Catholic Church, Mike, it was overrun by Zionist Jews. because the Catholic Church back then was similar to the Jewish Church back then. So it was easy for Jews to kind of get in there and blend in with everybody. And then they'd take over from the inside. It's where, I mean, the Zionist Jews, the one that created communism. God damn it. Waterloo is important because the Royal Crown crashed the stock market.
Saint Troglodyte
Bought the U.S. debt
said,
from France for
Waterloo
pennies on
is
the
important
dollar.
Because the Royal Crown crashed the stock market, bought the U.S. debt from France for pennies on the dollar, which allowed the Rothschilds to install the Federal Reserve.
They installed the Federal Reserve because the three people that were on the Titanic at the time would have been, well, yeah, there were three people on the Titanic that would have put a stop to that. But the Titanic ironically sank with them on board, thusly allowing Democrats under
At Mike Carrier, apparently the Roman Empire never fell.
No, it didn't.
Simply moved from Rome to Constantinople to Paris to London, then Prague, now Washington.
That's for democracy. Democracy. It's a Greco-Roman philosophy. What's up, Gen X Gaming? How you doing, bud? But democracy is a Greco-Roman ideology.
Wild.
It supposedly puts the power in the citizens' hands, but it doesn't.
Hey, chaos.
It gives the people the illusion that they have some monocle of power, when in reality it's just two wolves arguing over what's for dinner, and us are the sheep, and we're for dinner. That's what democracy is. Plato said this years ago.
At Mike Carrier.
Never been in the people's hands. No, it'll never be.
Never been in the people's hands. A wild. Matt Dubia.
Oh, what's up, Matt W? How
Welcome
you
to
doing?
the stream.
Racism isn't okay, but Loxism is.
Democracy is just a scam. Matt Dubia.
That's a word I haven't heard in a while.
According to society, racism isn't okay, but Loxism is.
Oh man.
Gen X Gaming.
Fuck, it's been so long since I've heard that word.
Face green smiling. Saint Troglodyte said, Saudi family is related to the royal family. The Rothschilds are the world's bank, which are related to the royal family. There is your tripod of power.
Yep.
So who
hatred
do you
of
think
non-Jewish
put Biden
white
into
people
power?
by Jews. Yeah. Neo-Nazi hatred of non-Jewish white people by Jews. Yeah. That's okay. Loxism, man. It has been a long time since I've heard that word. Oh my god, dude, like, fuck me. I haven't, man, I tell you what, that stirs some old fucking feelings right there. Cause I heard my, I think it was my, my grandpa Mo from my mom's side was talking about that. And he said that word a few times. Saudi family is related. Well, duh, because they fucking interbred with them. People are happy when they hear we live in.
Gen X Gaming.
Gen X Gaming
said,
you live in a democratic
People are
country.
happy when they hear we live in democratic country.
How is your democratic country? Is it great? Is it great to be in a democratic country?
The Spearman.
Because
said,
from what I'm seeing here,
impossible.
The democratic states.
The chosen people of God know nothing but love.
Yeah, right. They killed their own fucking.
Carrier.
They killed their Messiah.
Meetings decide how the world is run.
Yeah, the chosen people of
Gen
God.
X Gaming.
Yeah, nothing
said,
good there.
Nothing good
the
here.
chosen people of God turned their back on God when they offered up Jesus Christ as their sacrifice to their pagan gods. So they lost their favor with God eons ago. That's why they're constantly going through shit now, because they've turned their back of God and started going back to their old ways, the love of money and idolatry and shit. So, and that's one of the reasons why they hated the Gentiles so much, because because the Gentiles were far better off spiritually than them. They were better at practicing what they preached than das Juden. The Hittites wiped out the original Hebrews. And they sure did.
The Hittites wiped out the original Hebrews. Today's Jews are imposters. The Hebrews
They're
already
the
saw
Zionists.
their apocalypse. A wild.
The Jews that are alive today are remnants of the Zionist line.
Bingus.
That's.
I'm late. I was running to China and back. At Mike Carrier.
But he can't dictate law to a man that fears God more than he fears you. Exactly. And I fear God way more than I fear man.
You can't dictate law to a man that fears God more than he fears you.
I've seen what God is capable of. And I don't want none of that. I don't want none of his wrath. I don't want none of his righteous wrath thrust upon me in any way. I would rather live in fear of God and try and be as much like Christ as possible and hope that through my works and my faith in Jesus Christ, I can get into heaven. If not, oh well. If I'm destined for the pit, I'm destined for the pit. I was fucked with my fucked me hardcore in my life.
Saint
He's
Troglodyte.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you turn your back on God, he's going to turn your back on. He's going to turn his back on you, and your life will become hell. Heaven and hell are metaphors, I think. They're not physical places. It's a metaphor for your life. You know, when you put good out there and you do good and you're righteous and you live a righteous life, heaven, it becomes your life. It is good. Good things come to you. But when you put nothing but negativity, toxicity, and sin and all of that out there, your life becomes hell. When you live in sin, your life becomes hell. Sin isn't a fucking religious thing. It meant back then bad. Someone said, "Oh, you're sinning. You're doing bad."
At Mike Carrier,
that's what it meant. But
said,
it all be living in a simulation.
Yeah. Who the fuck knows?
Nobody
really
knows.
The Spearman said,
"God is
at Saint Troglodyte, how sexy's missed. Don't you know God is a woman?
Yeah, that's
so
just
says your average feminist. It's heresy to question her. Bingus.
This is why I say feminists are idiots.
I'm just now coming back from hell, or maybe I'm still in hell. LOL.
I mean, have you gotten right with God and accepted Jesus Christ into your life? Because if not, I mean, this is my personal experience here, okay? I'm about to share something that's kind of personal, and some of y'all think I'm a little weird, but it's probably about 2 years ago now. I was in the process of finding myself more and bettering myself.
So he's in hell.
And I've essentially, throughout my life, I've walked in the shadows of Christianity for the most part. Just observing and living off of the tenets instead of walking in the light of it. And I was laying in bed one night and was just like, "God, you have a talk, man. I don't know what the fuck, dude. I don't know what do I need? What can I do?" And I'm just pouring out all my troubles, and all of a sudden I'm just overwhelmed with this calm, warming,
I'm really
euphoric sensation.
My life isn't going to be pleasant, and I'm not going to capitulate for scraps of food in a bed.
And suddenly I got this weird inclination to get on YouTube. And so I get on YouTube, and the first thing that pops up is talk about baptisms. And I look up, and I'm like, "God, is this a sign?" And just like that, those same feelings that were flooding over my body.
I've tried, I pray to him. It's kind of like taping on a mic going hello, hello, do you hear me?
It was so
but not
overwhelming
even inclining of what I should do.
that, and I took that as my sign, and because that, I mean that. It's unexplainable shit like that, man. That, you know, God works in very mysterious ways.
The spearman
and
said, "At Saint Troglodyte, ever try the silent prayer?"
And you know, you have to be in alignment here and here. Here and here. Can't just be here. Can't just be here. It has to be in both. Your mind and your heart.
I pray for my son. Yes.
And that's part of it. Like, and once my mind and my heart were aligned, everything else started making sense. Everything. And my life, for the most part, despite certain trials and tribulations, my life has drastically improved. That's a test out there. It's a fucking test. And I have done all I can to try and help. But yeah, it's one of those I laid forth the foundation for him to build upon, and like the communists come in, strut around like a pigeon, just shit all over it. So I've done everything I can. I have to wash my hands of it. So, but life is not easy. It is full of trials and tribulations. Bear your fucking cross. Bear it with a smile. I know it's going to be difficult, but in the end, we all die anyways. What we do in our life matters. And you want true immortality?
The spearman
do good in your life, and you will always be remembered.
If you're good.
No.
Really, he gives you everything you think you want to test you.
Yep.
See what you do with it.
I was talking about this with my preacher earlier. God tests us with giving us what we want, to see if we can handle that burden. And a lot of people fail. You know, so it's trials and tribulations. There's the philosophy of amor fati. Amor fati. Love it. Embrace it and love it. Life's got you down, Murphy's got you bent over, dry fucking you. Love it. Because you're still alive. And you learn from it. And try not to repeat the same actions to get you in that position again. But it's just, again, things happen for reasons. Though some of them we can't explain. It's just a matter of what, and learning from what we're experiencing.
The spearman said, and don't do anything stupid. Eternity is a long time.
Converting to Islam.
Like Carrier said,
nah,
fuck that. I'm converting to Islam, lol.
One of the Antichrist religions. Fuck yeah.
Isn't that one of the most hated religions?
It was one of the ideologies that was told not to be allowed to set foot in America, that's for sure.
The spearman said, "I'll take Islam over feminism/communism."
Well,
at Mike Carrier said, LMAO,
The Quran is based off the Talmud, which is where communism originated from.
The spearman
Woo!
said.
You gonna live?
All
Yeah.
is holding your tongue. LOL.
My body was cleansed in the cleansing fire from within, from the plant of God.
Saint Troglodyte said. There's worse things in life than death. I've experienced some of them. I try to remember now I'm only one man and I can be happy. Doesn't usually work though.
Exactly.
A wild.
Again,
Machi
for the most
Alex
part, we make our lives
entered the
difficult
chat.
and unbearable.
Welcome to the stream. Machi Alex said. Allah Senor.
It just depends on what we do. I said you put a lot of good out in the world, and it'll return in kind.
Said. Yep, marriage is one of the saints. LOL.
Yeah, see the thing is though, with marriage, feminists ruined it, government ruined it, the state ruined it. They ruined it all
Spearman
by
said,
getting their greedy little hands
I don't
in it.
know chaos. I see a lot of good things happen to most bad people.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it's set up like that the bad people get, but you also got to remember they generally don't make it into heaven either. That's the kicker. A rich man can't buy his way into heaven.
Bingus said, I'm just starting to understand certain things very recently. People talk to themselves a lot on a daily basis. For me, I'm just starting to put the puzzle together and understand my rights and wrong.
Yeah, there's... Again, it's just figuring out, you know, we for the most part know the difference between right and wrong. It just comes down to, you know, there's more people out there now that think wrong is right and right is wrong. And this was predicted in the Bible. It even said there'll be a time where people say right is wrong and wrong is right. Up, and it's all coming to fruition. Oh, now you let me jump off, you prick.
Hi, Mike.
What up?
Oh, what's up, Mike? How you doing?
So I gotta ask you, like, think about this, because you're like, oh yeah, it's easier for a
Saint
poor man to get
Troglodyte.
into heaven.
So,
Like, isn't that
I was
exactly
clinically dead
what
from
they
a really
want?
bad
They
car
want
accident.
to keep you
I saw my
poor,
ex crying over me.
and they want
I
to
told
keep you
God to
relying
fuck
on
off for her
them,
and came
and
back.
then that's why they
She
say
took
things
away
like
my
that in the
son.
Bible, which
Marriage
was written
isn't
by
the worst
men.
thing in
Like,
life.
And
like,
here we
that's-
go again.
yeah,
I'm
so,
aware
like,
of
they
that,
wanna
and that's
keep
where
you
discernment
poor,
comes
In the
in.
past.
And that's just
Spearman.
definitely like
No.
every fucking Democrat city
The
ever
people
been
up
run for the
top.
last 50 years.
The people up top want to keep us poor. Now,
Exactly, and they
here's the
say,
thing.
and that's why they teach you this
Here's
shit in the
the
Bible.
thing. Here's the thing, though. What constitutes as rich?
Well, they want you to give them all your money.
What
and they were
constitutes
taxing you
as
at
rich,
the end.
though? Right. That's the state
Yeah.
doing all of that.
Yeah.
Give
And
unto
who runs the
Caesar.
state?
The
Church.
state? No, not anymore. And
Well,
no, the church did
mean-
not.
I mean-
and no, the church did not run the state. The church and state
Well,
regulated each other. That was the
did it
original
not?
purpose.
Bingus.
But
No, we're not talking
again,
about recent.
It's not bad to
again,
talk to yourself in your head. That's how
when
we figure
corrupt
things out with life,
people are behind
Saint
both of
Troglodyte
those,
said. The
corruption
new
will
rich is debt
ensue.
and contract free.
Yeah, but I'm going back, like, we're going back, okay, to the times that the Bible were written, which, first of all,
Right.
was hundreds of years after, you know,
Right.
the supposed death of Christ.
There's the stories
written
and
by-
everything written down.
Yeah.
Yes. The parables and all the stories written down. Yes.
Hundreds of
At
years
Bingus,
after.
Are you sure it's you
the
who
actual
answer back?
Right.
So, like, but, and then, like, how many other, like, look at the Dead Sea Scrolls and the other things that they recovered and this and that. Like, they pick and choose what they want to go in there, because when they said that Mary was like, you know, they didn't want to give any good power to women because it was a very misogynist.
Oh my God. No, it wasn't. Everybody had equal value back then. They all had roles that they did.
Okay, so
There was
Mary
no
Magdalene
misogyny
was a fucking
back-
slut.
Not
She was a
talking to
whore.
yourself like
That
a
was
crazy
it.
person
And
with
again,
Spearman, LOL.
here's one of the
That's what I'm
things.
saying.
Listen though,
And then-
this is one of the things. This is where Jews back then, they were about punishing the sin and the sinner. Jesus Christ comes along saying, admonish the sin, not the sinner.
And it was Eve that actually, you know, like they blamed it all on women. Like, look, let's just say it was very, you know, look, I'm not about this feminist bullshit lifestyle.
Sounds like you
I think
support it to a
everybody's equal.
degree. No, we're
Well,
not.
no.
We're not equals at all. None of us are equals. We're all different.
I think there's a balance, and I
We
think
have
we need-
overlying
we each need each other.
similarities, yes. We're
I
meant
think we need to balance.
to balance,
'Cause
yes.
men
We were. But
primarily are
feminists
herders.
came in and fucking ruined it.
Yeah, I'm just
That's
saying,
the
like,
problem. And when
just
you have a bunch of
inherently-
Marxists that are they're anti-religious as it is, and they're doing everything in their power to try
I
and
know, but
corrupt
you're
everything.
fast forwarding from what I'm
I'm
talking about. You're fast forwarding so far from what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the inception of our basic religion now. Like we're
right.
talking about thousands of years ago.
Uh-huh.
Like
The Spearman.
everything women did were wrong,
At
and women were
Venus, I
controlled
got
by
you, man.
men.
LOL, I just
No.
believe
If anybody
one's
said
thoughts
anything
may
different,
not
we were
be their
burning
own.
books. We had the
Demons
Inquisition. We were
manipulate in
burning
the shadows,
witches
and it's hard to
that
see.
are not witches. Because I mean, do any of us really believe in witches? But we were burning women at the stake. Why?
Yeah, because corrupt men. What part of this don't you comprehend? Corrupt people are fucking things up. This is the problem. This has
So we're
been the
agreeing,
problem. But you're it sounds like you're just you're using all these buzzwords on top of it, and so there's no need for it. Back then, we all had our own roles. Men were to stay in the house, raise the children, and that was it. They had their part in raising the future generation. The men tilled the land, did all that shit. They had their hand in raising the children by instilling the ethics, values, and principles, as well as the mother. Both of them, it was a tandem team. They were both instilling
Yeah.
it.
And I'm saying that, like, that's what I'm saying. It should still be
Right.
that way today. Like,
It should be, but feminists came in saying that's slavery. Being a stay-at-home wife is slavery.
Well,
Why?
yeah,
Why?
2,000 years later.
Because even back then, it wasn't slavery. They had
yeah.
slaves. They had
Okay.
slaves back
I
then,
understand at
but
the
that was
Spearman Pro.
also the norm. Now listen, and here's the important part. The man is out there earning. He is taking care of the woman. He is protecting the woman.
Right.
Everything is provided for her.
exactly.
There is no slavery. Everything is being provided. That was the quid
Yeah.
pro quo back then.
Yeah, the
That's
woman
not
does the
slavery.
nurturing,
That's
the
not
man does
slavery.
yeah, I'm not saying it was. Like I'm actually agreeing with you. I think
Right.
you're taking it the wrong way.
It's
Like,
just
I'm
the way
saying
you
it,
say
like,
it. I'll
well,
tell you,
maybe
Mike,
the way it came out.
saying fuck every 3 seconds doesn't help.
Well, that's just me.
I
man. drop
understand.
F-bombs,
I understand, but it doesn't help
but
when
it's
you're
just-
when you're
I
trying
think that-
when you're trying to deliver messages.
Well, because I'm not trying to sit here and sound like I'm some kind of scholastic fucking.
A while.
You know,
I'm
whatever.
far
Yellow
from a
Fever Patrol
scholastic
Unit
person.
95.
I'm
like,
just
you know,
I'm just
I'm not
sharing
reading
my
Rainbow, man. I'm
knowledge.
not-
Yellow Fever Patrol
Yeah,
Unit
I've
95
done the research.
said.
But that's
Yeah,
because
I
I
just
took the
think that
time. Because I want to.
women-
I would like to fix things, but I can't
By
do it
nature,
alone.
women
Yellow
are more
Fever
nurturing
Patrol
than
Unit
men.
Yeah.
95
By
community.
nature,
Saint
and men
Right.
protect and they
Yeah.
earn and they do all the
Right.
shit.
Without
You need
authority
both
to
of them,
slavery,
you know.
women had power over the
And
kids in house.
I think that's
They
what we're
just
lacking
didn't
right
have
now.
direct power over both men who got
And
the
then with
last
the whole
decision in
feminism
kids.
thing, that you know, I guess
See,
let's say
Saint
that started
Troglo-
in about what,
Saint
50s or
Troglodyte
60s.
said this perfectly. Responsibility without authority is slavery. Women had power over the kids in the house. They just didn't have direct power over both men who got the
Yellow
last
Fever
decision in
Patrol
kids.
Unit 95
Yeah,
said,
Sounds
What
about
it is,
right.
Spearman.
That right there.
Yellow Fever Patrol Unit 95.
I mean, yeah, that's well
Because
put.
women had authority. They just it's just a power grab for communist cunts to get more authority and power.
So you give me shit about dropping F-bombs, but you're dropping cunt bombs.
Because cunt is a multiversal word,
Yellow Fever Patrol
and it
Unit
describes what these people are. They're cunts.
95. Bingus, what's shaking?
Oh no.
They can't understand normal thinking. See what
Well,
I did
I mean,
there? See what I did
how you feel
there?
about that
See
kid?
what
How
I
you
did
feel
there?
about that kid?
Ha ha!
Stream.
Yeah.
Saying critical thinking
Everything-
she
said,
can't
Should I
understand
let my
critical thinking. She
12-year-old
can't.
cousin read Berserk?
Not all of them. Feminists sure
I
can't
don't have
understand normal
these.
thinking.
Said,
I don't have
I
good
just
enough
ran
brain
to China
capacity
and
to
back.
understand all that.
I just think it takes both. Like everybody
It does.
says, you know.
It does. And as long as
You need a
feminism
man and a
exists,
woman.
as long as feminism exists, there will continue to be a divide. Just as long as this racism bullshit exists,
Yellow
there will
Fever
continue to be a
Patrol
divide
Unit
between blacks
95.
and whites.
said,
That's the thing.
the sooner the better.
And our government needs us divided. I said this the other day, and this is extreme thinking here. So,
Sir Yeetus,
how do you get? Huh?
I think he's old enough to read Berserk.
I know a lot about Berserk. I've watched the anime quite a few times.
I don't think I've seen
12.
it.
You know,
Yellow Fever
Yeetus,
Patrol Unit 95.
when I was 12, I was
said,
playing Mortal
Gran
Kombat.
I dug.
I was playing games like Mortal Kombat. I was decapitating people and watching the millions of skulls and rib cages and femurs explode all over the screen. Here's the difference. That's fantasy. There's a difference. That's the thing. He's a parent. No, that's fantasy. That's not real. None of that is real. Just like the idiots over and across the pond, the kid that fucking let a Black Widow spider bite him in hopes that he'd be able to shoot sticky white stuff out of his fucking hands. It's like, where the fuck were the parents to be like, that's not real. That's fantasy. And then to beat that kid retarded.
Troglodyte said,
What the fuck
when
are
I
you
was
even
12
talking
I
about?
had sex for the first time, so I think it's okay lol. The Spearman said,
Was
the
specifically
reason
to
why the
keep
blacks
this.
were
No,
allowed to stay after the Civil
No.
War was specifically
No.
to keep things
no,
divided.
no.
How
It
did
wasn't.
that work out?
It wasn't to keep
Exactly
divided.
how they planned
It was to rebuild from the
Said,
destruction that had been caused
That's
from the Civil
absolutely
War.
crazy that kid did that. Sir Yeetus said,
See, that's
I'm the same way
Yeah,
lol
no,
I was able
they
to play
were-
Mortal Kombat at 8 years
they were allowed to stay
Bingus
because
said,
they were literally told
and yet I just
serve the
ran
war
out dig.
and get your freedoms and
Yellow
be able
Fever
to help
Patrol
rebuild
Unit
society.
95
And that's kind of what happened.
said,
Stein.
Stein cough cough.
But yeah, no, they were allowed to stay because they helped in the ones that fought for the North got to stay because
Yellow
they
Fever
fought
Patrol
for that
Unit
privilege.
95 said, definitely more efficient.
That's why. It was a privilege that they
bullshit.
earned to help rebuild society. Now, as we saw, racism didn't enter the lexicon until like the 60s and 70s after the civil rights movement. So,
Yeah.
the
Which was
idea of
good.
racism,
And then you know who was on the losing side of that
Democrats.
was actually fucking Biden. Like he wanted segregation, you know. And now he's our president, and he's talking about like, oh, I marched with you
Saint
know,
Troglodyte.
so-and-so,
Yeah, no, he
blah, blah,
didn't.
blah.
Said,
Yeah,
the
he didn't do
14th
none of that
Amendment
shit.
turned every American
And he's
and
actually
indentured
creating the new
servants to the government
segregation
instead
right
of a
now
master
because
of a
that's what
house,
we
e.g.
see.
the public
We're
contract.
creating
Exactly.
segregation
You
now.
wanna live on
Said,
this land, you gotta pay the
Civil
tax
War.
man.
The South
Yeah,
lost
but you
before
like
it
college
began for various
campuses are
reasons.
like, oh well, only
That's the
only
thing.
minorities could be here,
I
only
believe
black
it's
people could
probably
be here.
multifaceted, yes.
At KS
They're
47
creating
28,
segregation
That too.
right now.
It's probably
They're
multifaceted.
reversing it.
They used
Here's the
blacks
thing,
for
Spearman.
pharmaceutical experiments too.
Here's the thing,
Damn
Spearman.
shame.
They weren't just using blacks for the pharmaceutical experiments. They were using Irishmen. They were using China. They were using immigrants for that shit. It wasn't just
About how they were
like
using gays.
they should have kept experimenting on them. Find
Sir
a
Yeetus
straight
said,
a straight
South stood
injection.
no chance
Yeah,
against the North.
they didn't. They were fucking too far behind. The North had advanced way too
spearman
far.
said.
Of course no one
No
remembers
one
the
remembers
Irish.
the Irish.
You know
Because
who was also
you don't hear
in
the
charge of-
Irish out here bitching, oh, we were enslaved, the potato famine, oh, where's my reparations? Oh, god damn it! No, they're actually going backwards now because they allowed feminists to invade their country.
Yellow Fever
And they're
Patrol
actually
Unit 95
regressing even more now,
said,
too.
I worked for an
So-
architect named Arthur Steinberg. Coolest,
Oh, it was.
nicest old man I ever met
It
in
was.
my life.
It was very bloody,
Sir Yeatus
and that was one.
said,
Those that
But the
stayed,
Civil War
it was a
very
privilege.
bloody.
The
Saint
South,
Troglodyte
when the
Talking about our
Royal
new
Crown
sponsor,
stepped
buddy.
in the
The
funds.
South
Yeah.
lost when the Royal Crown stepped
We're
in
talking
with
about our
funds
new
to
sponsor,
kickstart
buddy,
the American
Astroglide. Why don't you
industrial
go ahead and give
complex.
us the ad?
Right there, Troglodyte's got it. Troglodyte's got it. The Royal Crown stepped in, started funding the South so they could catch up to the rest of America.
If you got the
And-
sales pitch, let's hear it.
Oh, we've been sales pitching it.
No, you're the ad man. Astroglide is the sponsor tonight.
I mean,
Tell
you're
us
the
all about
one
Astroglide.
coming into a Discord channel where I'm streaming and not being in the channel, not knowing what's going on.
Well, I've been talking to Chris and him up in the other one, so I couldn't get down.
Ooh.
Sir Yeatus
Hello,
said,
kitten.
I know Canada, and honestly I would be nervous fighting in the
Hell,
Civil War,
did you just throw up?
No. I would not be nervous.
said.
No, it sounded like Chris the
Goddamn
Kid there. Just
I feel bad that they are being invaded, but at the same time they caused a lot of this bullshit.
Yeah,
threw up in the
they brought it all on themselves by voting it all in.
Yellow Fever
That's the
Patrol
thing.
Unit 95.
Through democracy. And here's
So many deaths the
here's
first 2
the
weeks.
very important thing that people can't
Saint
seem to
Troglodyte
grasp.
Said. ID walk
Through
away. No such thing as a winner in
democracy,
a civil war. Just
Tyranny
losers.
always rears its ugly head. It's only through democracy that this happens.
we just recreated the same fucking thing that we started away from.
Said.
Like,
What
you
was the
know, we
deadliest
just really
battle?
just rebuilt the exact
Gettysburg?
same thing that we were trying to free
Yellow
ourselves
Fever
from.
Patrol
I
Unit
don't-
95.
I don't think it
Said.
was Gettysburg.
Starvation the next 6 months would wipe out half the
Alright,
population.
so catch me
It
up on
was.
because
It
was.
You're getting deep tonight, chaos.
what are we talking about?
Fuck. Fuck.
Racism and stuff like that.
The. I don't think it was the Battle of Gettysburg. It was the thing that sparked off the Civil, or the thing that sparked it all. No, I'm getting my wars mixed up.
States'
was-
rights to
No.
states' rights. It was.
Battle had Stonewall. Which battle had
Sir, yes.
Stonewall Jackson?
Gettysburg was
Which battle
was
had
the
Stonewall
like,
It was
most
the
deadliest
deadliest?
battle of the
Okay.
Civil War.
Okay, so it
There was
was.
like 40 or
believe it was
50,000 people that
Gettysburg.
fucking died in that one battle.
Okay, so
was
Gettysburg.
states'
Yeah, let me
rights,
let
I
me,
believe.
let me
Yeah, states' rights with the impression of freeing the slaves is part of it, because by that
Yeah,
time they'd come to the realization that this is wrong and we need to change things.
The
Yeah,
spearman.
50,000
That
casualties
or
in a 3-day
Spotsylvania.
engagement. Yeah,
Yellow
it
Fever
was
Patrol
Gettysburg
Yeah,
was
that-
the deadliest
I
battle
think-
in the Civil War.
Gettysburg is
Yeah,
in
Heath and
Pennsylvania.
Saint Troglodyte. Said. The deadliest thing in the Civil War
But it was
Grant's
also
march
stupid,
from
man.
Chicago
Like
to New
everybody,
Orleans to
like everybody
Atlanta.
thinks
He burned,
now. Well,
killed,
now
and
how
raped
they
everything
preach
in
it is,
sight.
oh, it was
Yeah.
about, you know, racism.
Yeah,
and,
the
you know,
South,
freedom
they
of
did a
slaves. No, it was almost
lot
about
of
states' rights.
fucked up shit.
It was only when they were losing, the North was losing,
The spearman.
that they started like
Said.
saying, okay,
No,
every
no,
black
Spotsylvania.
person, every slave,
It took
anybody that
place.
fights can like get their freedom
Yeah.
and everything, and then
Yellow
like
Fever
help turn the
Patrol
tide of the
95.
war because we were winning.
Said.
Like,
Yeah.
and I say
Civil
we,
War.
but I mean, but
It was.
it was
keep in
about
mind-
states' rights though.
Yes, keep in mind that owning slaves was something that rich Southern business people did. It wasn't
Yeah.
something that all Southerners did. Slaves was a luxury back then. So
Yeah, they were
as
property.
fucked up as that is to
And there's a movie out there
Sir
called
Yeatus.
Roots, I
Said.
believe,
Abraham Lincoln was the last president to go through
perpetuated
red
it.
lines.
Let me
Or
finish.
was it Theodore Roosevelt?
I believe it
Saint
was
Troglodyte
Roots that perpetuated a
said,
false
They freed the
idealization of what
blacks to
slavery
seize
was.
property from the South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
look at movies like The Free State of Jones and
Free the
things
blacks
like
to
that.
seize property from the South. Yeah, that too.
it was basically a war over
spearman
money, pretty much like all
said,
other wars.
At Sir Yeatus
Have been
Teddy was
States'
a bad
right.
mofo.
Yeah.
I'd say it was him.
The rich.
The
to
state wanted to be
continue
able to
stay
control
in their-
themselves, and they wanted the government to stay out of the states.
It was
Yeah.
basically taxation without representation. It was like
It was a different form. The government was
it
trying
the whole
to.
damn reason that we had the war to begin with, to become our own nation. It was the same thing. It just happened internally, you know.
Yep. By the Democratic Party.
And yeah,
The-
so
The
did they
rich
let
southern
black people
business
vote?
owners-
Nope.
The rich southern business owners who owned slaves, who owned cotton fields, all that
The
stuff.
spearman
They wanted the right to
said,
continue to
At
do
Sir
their
Yeatus
business on their terms and
Yeah.
conditions.
BTWGS for your
The North
duels
was
against
trying
Chaz.
to unionize
fun
the
to
entire
watch.
country at the time,
Sir
and so they were
Yeatus
trying to unionize the
said,
South into the rest
One
of
of
the country.
the earliest slave owners
under
was
one,
black.
Yeah. This is,
Whatever you
I can't
wanna
remember
call
the
it.
dude's name, but yeah,
And-
one of the first here slave owners here in America was black. There was
and so you-
13
Saint Troglodyte.
blacks that owned
said,
slaves here in America.
Roosevelt was part the military that invaded
and
Cuba
so
before the
you
start of
had
the 20th
you had
century.
two very different
idea about
bodies
Lincoln.
of people living in the
Binkus
U.S. at the time that were
said,
divided on
True Sir
how to live their
Yeatus
life, and so the North, because they were able to unionize and had a better setup, essentially, right? They had more of a what do you call it, industry on monopolizing weaponry and how to build them and stuff like that. So they easily overpowered the South because the South didn't
Sir
have
Yeatus
Yeah,
a lot
said,
of technology at the
they didn't
Sorry for
easily
spamming the chat.
overpower
I
the
love
the
history.
South. Like really fucking came back at them with the militia. Like they didn't know how to
Yeah.
fight 'em. It wasn't until they said, "Okay, now we can let all the black people like get in there and do it." Like
Yeah,
I
so
know
it-
we were far behind Europe.
So it was
Became, but still, like that was like a secondary thing. That's not
Yeah.
why we had the Civil War. It
No,
was about
it was
Yeah,
all
yeah,
it
it
was
was
all
state
about
rights,
state
yeah.
rights.
Yes, it was states' rights mainly, but it was a conglomerization of a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's just funny that it was a Republican, and then like even after all these black people that fought and everything, they wouldn't let them
The
vote.
spearman
Who wouldn't let them vote? The Democrats.
The owners of the
Like,
slaves in Africa
you know,
were, surprisingly,
but then all of a
black.
sudden it's just funny
Sold
how
them
they
to the
just
Ottoman.
did it like a little
Ottomans
catch-22
sold
here,
them around the world.
and like now all
The
of a
ones
sudden,
Ottomans kept were made units.
look at the last
60%
50
died
years
from the
of
surgery.
Detroit
Sir
and
Yeatus
Baltimore,
said,
all these
History is so important in my opinion.
Democrat cities.
No, you ain't
Case
wrong.
Corey
I'm
You
gonna
said
just
do
28
everything for
So-
all the black
said,
people and all the minorities, and what have they done for them? Nothing ever.
Nope, they don't intend to. They've used them. They've been used the useful idiots for
Saint
to vote.
Troglodyte.
They
That's it.
use them
Said,
as slaves.
No
They
worries,
don't.
Yeatus.
Yeah,
Why
they-
you
use
watch
them
shit
as
about the
slaves.
They
Roman-
changed-
Holy Roman
But
Empire and
here's the fun
independent
thing: we're all
empire.
slaves to capitalism, but capitalism is
Yes,
the only thing that keeps us out of poverty. It's
Here's the
catch
thing,
22.
Slavery in this country, slavery never died. Slavery evolved. Slavery involved more people than just the blacks, and it still does to this day.
Worldwide, we have more worldwide slaves today than we ever did back
Oh,
in,
yeah,
like, 150
definitely.
years ago.
At
No.
Saint Troglodyte
I'm
Holy
not
Roman Empire,
anti-capitalist at
a
all.
place
I
where
love
it was none of
capitalism.
those things,
It,
LOL.
it allows me to
Sir Yeatus
have all this
said,
and keep a roof over my
I get
head.
attacked by my fellow blacks when I said the Irish were
It's just
slaves
some
too.
stupid shit I
Yeah,
see, man.
I get.
We're watching CNN.
I always get the Irish weren't slaves; they were
Saint
indentured
Troglodyte
servants.
Said,
And
Outlaw is right.
yeah, no, they weren't indentured servants. Yes, indentured servitude did exist, but
The
that was
sermon.
still a worldwide
were.
thing.
At
Yeah.
Outlaw,
They kind of
now
were
we
though,
have
at the time.
slavery
Like
through
you're
a
talking
credit
about the
system.
building of like New
Couldn't
York.
agree
Like
more.
most Irish people, it was
Yeah,
like
it was-
Irish and Asian.
Yeah, it was the
Like,
Irish
built
and
New
Asian
York.
immigrants that helped build all these major cities and stuff. But people don't talk about that. Yeah, the blacks
Crystal
had
Kitten
hand in it
said,
too. Everybody had their
Irish
hand in
and
building
Scottish
it.
were both used as
I
slaves.
think I
they
might have
were.
brought this up,
Sir
dude.
Yeetus
I
Yes.
was at the store the other day,
Indentured
dude.
servants or
servants are
slaves
slaves
with
with
extra
extra
steps.
steps, LOL.
Which
Yellow
I had the
Patrol
perfect.
Unit 95 said,
I'll let him say what he's got to
At
say.
Sir Yeetus, what was that one
No,
topic that you never
go
talked
do
about
your
in your
thing.
stream before?
It's your
What you
channel.
just
You
said
mentioned it
too.
on
Well,
Chronix.
the
Saint
TTS
Troglodyte
overpowers
said,
me a lot.
There you go.
So
We're all indentured servants. The
They're
public
right.
contract.
we are all
You're right.
indentured servants, but
Indentured
also.
servitude, yep.
You know, the feminists always claim, you know, marriage is slavery and shit, but in essence, we're indentured servants to each other at that point. Once you get married, you're indentured servants to one another.
Oh yeah. So like outlaw shit, man. Like I'm with him, man. I'm never getting married again. I'm never
Yeah,
fucking
no.
like, dude. I can just
I
beat
won't
off. I
get
don't give a
married.
shit.
It's
happy.
not in my best interest to get married.
Sir Yeetus,
Yeah,
I was at Stripe the other day.
taxation
taxation
is
is
theft, allegedly.
extremely.
It's always
Very
been theft. Unjustifiable taxation is theft.
Yeah, they tax you when you die. Like
Machi
you're
Alex
dead. They tax
Oh,
you,
God.
dude.
At
They
Sir
tax you
Yeetus,
for
do you
everything.
like 4 times 76 equals?
They tax you for living.
Saint
Was
Troglodyte
that
you for
one
dying.
topic that
Said,
you
Tax you
never...
forever.
One and done for me.
Oh, hey,
Yellow
dog!
Fever Patrol
Oh, hey, what's up, Chaos?
said, answer the questions, yeet.
Check this shit out. I was at Stripes the other day, right? I opened up the door for this girl. She was a black woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just leaving the store, and I was just
Sir
holding the door
Yeetus
open for her,
said,
Mm-hmm.
give
and
me
she
a break,
looked
it's
at me
midnight,
right in my
LOL.
fucking eyes, man. And she's like, "No, thank you." And I was like, "Okay, then
Just
you
close the
fucking
door.
bitch."
Just close the door.
Saint
Just
Troglodyte
let the door shut. I said, "Okay, then you fucking bitch."
304
Like, I don't care if you're a 500-pound white guy or a fucking, you know,
Sir
a fucking
Yeetus
toddler or fucking whatever. Like, if I'm walking
Yellow
out and you're
Today's
walking in,
stream.
I'm gonna hold the door open, right? But she just looked at me, and I don't know if it was a black or white thing, or if it was like a woman thing. You know what I mean? So it could have been both. But I was like, "Okay, then you fucking bitch." Just let the door shut.
Yellow Fever Patrol
That's what you
Unit
do.
95
That's what you do to them.
Justin Chronic
I said it, dude. I said it right in front of my daughter. My daughter was like, "What? Why'd you say that?" I was like, "Cause she's a fucking bitch. That's why." I'm just trying to do like that's what you do when somebody's coming in and you're
Saint
coming out. You
Troglodyte
hold the door open, right?
said,
Yeah.
the 3 stairs of hate, LOL.
I don't make eye contact
Sir
with these
Yeetus
people anymore.
said,
She just looked at me and she
It's
said,
a
"No,
feminist
no."
thing.
But the
In
way she
fact,
said it,
Sir
she looked at
Yeetus
me and she like
It's
a
a Western
Karen,
woman
like,
thing.
"No, thank you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Let the door shut.
That's
And my
when you
daughter,
just-
should have seen the look on her face, man. She was like, "Why'd you say that?"
I
I
just
was like,
been
"She's a
like,
fucking bitch."
I would have just said racist cunt.
Nah, I called her a fucking bitch, and I just
Yellow
left
Fever
and I walked
Patrol
away.
Unit 95 said,
My daughter thought I was being an
topic
asshole
came up
though, and
and
I'm
you
like, "No, you
realized
don't
that you've
understand,
never had
man.
that
Wait till it
discussion
happens to
before on
you
your stream."
when you're holding the door open for her, and she does it to you. Now it's not a woman-on-woman
Sir
thing;
Yeetus
it's just a white-on-black
said,
thing, you know."
At Yellow College
She's like, "I don't need no
Adventures,
white girl holding the
Yellow
goddamn
Fever
door
Patrol
open for me."
Unit 95 said,
Yeah.
You know,
about what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, "Just wait till it
gotta
happens to
laugh
you."
at it.
Yellow Fever Patrol Unit
And the
95
best thing you can do at that point is just
No,
call them a
I-
fucking bitch and fuck them.
Did I already complete
Yellow
you wanna
this?
do
Patrol
that to
Unit
Mike?
95
I
said,
haven't opened
I
a
just
door
wasted
for in
it.
about 2 years. And I never make eye contact with them. I don't say good
Sir
morning,
Yeetus
good afternoon, or good
said,
night.
yes, I want to make a stream with
I'll
Chronic
hold,
about the
I'll
LOL.
hold it open for, like, if it's a dude, and I'm straight, I'm not gay, I'll hold it open for a guy who's been working.
Sounds
You
good.
know what I mean? Like, hey, I hope you're having, you know, hey, what's up? How you doing?
I don't care. I'm holding the door open for anybody.
Yeah. I just do it as a
Dude.
courtesy,
Yellow
but
Fever Patrol Unit 95
Holding the door open is
Said,
just a typical Southern common courtesy for
Saint
people.
Yeah.
Troglodyte.
You can do it for guys and women.
I'm pleasant
I
to
mean,
women.
if somebody's like,
It's the
like,
ultimate
look, I'm not
welcome
gonna
night to
do
a
it if you're like
female
10 feet away. But if you're like 2 feet away from the door, and
No, I'm
literally
gonna hold it
walking out-
open and I'm gonna look at you so you know to hurry the fuck up. Cause that's what I do. I will hold that door open and I will sit there and smile and I will watch them start to pick up their pace because they see me holding that door open. And they'll condescendingly say thank you, and I will condescendingly say you're
Sir,
welcome.
Said.
But I started
Nah,
thinking
nah.
after that shit you started seeing online
Feel the hate.
about holding the door open for a woman is fucking it's sexist.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And but it was a black woman, so I didn't know if it was sexist or racist.
Well, yeah, you're perpetuating white supremacy by holding the door open for a black
I'm gonna
woman.
be honest with you.
Either way, I told
I'm
her
gonna
to
be
go,
honest with you.
I told her to fuck herself.
I watched the video
I mean,
today, and I feel
if
the
we're
same
gonna
way
be the
about it.
big bad boogeyman they paint us out to be, why not play the fucking
I
part?
mean, look.
At chaos it works.
I mean, look. I watched the
When
video
someone
today
holds
about
the
this
door
very
for me, I
subject.
start jogging.
Look, who gives a fuck what they
Same
call you?
troglodyte.
Dan, protect yourself. These
I'm
women don't
extremely
care
polite
about you.
and obey proper
Protect
etiquette.
yourself.
Women
Exactly.
don't know
Let
what
them
to
call
say.
you whatever
It's
they want to
hilarious.
call you. You know what? People are starting to wake up to it. Now, you know, there's like, yeah, call me a misogynist, call me a
Okay.
phobe, call me all this stuff. I don't care. Call
that-
me these things.
There's two ways. There's a few ways you can reply to it. One is okay. The other one is okay, groomer. And then the other one is okay, commie.
I just told her to go fuck herself. I didn't
That
give a
works
shit, dude.
too.
My daughter got so mad at me though, like she was like, Dad, and my daughter's 18. Like, and I was like, no, you don't understand what just happened
Sir
here.
Yeetus
You know?
said.
Like,
I'm
and I
sorry,
had a
but this
fucking
game
school
is
on the way
ASMR
home, you know?
masculinity.
You don't
Monkey
understand what
Alex.
just happened here.
That's hilarious.
Said.
All I was
Do you
doing
like
was holding the
hentai?
goddamn door open
Saint
for a black
troglodyte.
woman, and she's like,
Said. Ring is I have a beard and I'm covered
No,
in
thank
ink,
you.
so it's like a triple whammy
I'm
to
like,
women
really?
all
So I just let the fucking door close, and then she opens it on her own. I'm like, you dumb bitch. I would have done that for anybody on the fucking planet that was walking in that was that close as you were. But you had to be an asshole about it.
Yep.
So I had to tell my daughter,
Hey,
man. I'm like,
this is part of my life philosophy. Don't be a dick unless it's warranted.
said.
Then go balls
How dare
deep.
you talk back to your
oh, dude, I do. Like,
LOL.
dude, I do, man.
Like, I'm gonna be nice, I'm gonna be kind and courteous to you, but the instant
Yeah,
you start
until
getting
you fucking-
sideways with me, oh, you better bet I'm gonna match that energy and I'm gonna magnify it times 10.
Just as much
You have no
farmland as he
idea.
does
Like, my
islands.
horn is probably
Cough,
like
cough, Epstein.
on its probably last fucking leg, man.
I'm telling you.
I don't
When it
like
comes
to
to
get like that though, but god damn it, it's because I enjoy it. I enjoy it
telling
too
y'all,
much,
man.
and it scares me because I
telling
do
y'all.
enjoy it.
I'm telling y'all, man, the civil unrest is at its peak. We're at the peak. People are literally at the point now to where they're ready to just fight over this stuff.
Sir Yeetus.
They're ready
But they don't even know why. Because
I
CNN
want all
tells
the
them to.
smoke.
Because CNN says the white man's a race.
CNN
Yes.
says, oh, the white man. I'm like, bitch, I'm just coming here to get a six-pack. Fuck off.
I don't care what any of these news stations say. They helped create the problem in the first
They
place,
do.
and now they want to play innocent. Like, ooh, you guys see what we
Part
said
of the
there,
propaganda
propaganda."
machine, man. It's part of the propaganda
You
machine.
guys-
Saint Troglodyte.
You guys helped
Said.
perpetuate this.
Us who whites
We're gonna
LOL.
hold your feet to the fire.
I
news
want
media.
the smoke. I don't care. I want the
Speaking of
smoke.
take a toke for your fallen
I
brothers.
don't even know where I'm going to move next
Sir
because Corpus Christi,
Said.
Texas
I
is
don't
the
care,
last
I want
red
the smoke.
city in the fucking
Yellow Fever
state.
Patrol
man.
Unit 9.
Could always move up here by me.
Said.
Houston and fucking San Antonio and fucking,
Ew.
you know, Dallas, they're all
Ew.
fucking blue now.
I mean, you have called us misogynists. You have called us transphobes for the last time, and now we're ready to throw
Saint
hands at you
Troglodyte.
over it. And we
said,
don't care if you call the
"Fuck that heat,
police and
LOL."
throw people. We're ready to start taking action. And I'm telling you right now, you people don't look so tough talking about we don't believe in guns. We don't believe
Sir
in
Yeetus
guns.
Yeah.
Guess what? We do.
We can fight and smoke a
saying.
bong after.
Well,
Exactly.
We don't have that problem here. We don't have that
95
problem in Texas, buddy. We
said,
got guns down here.
Hot
Yeah,
box.
because we
I'm
still
telling you
got
now.
guns.
Nice.
I'm
We
telling you
got
now,
guns and we
buddy.
got ammo, bro.
I'm telling you now. I'm not taking sides with these faggots. Give a fuck what they think.
Okay.
I'm not taking the side with them.
Nah. How can I? Man, I can't trust him. Might stab me in the back.
Bastard
Saint
from
Troglodyte.
hell.
He said, "Fuck
Said,
you, faggots." You
"Who's
fucking,
parking
you
on the
went
grass
full
stand,
hardcore
LOL?"
on that one.
Sir Yeetus
So,
said,
jeez.
"Hot box with the
I've been
dad."
going hard on these
The
folks
spearmint.
since day one I created my channel, and
Bro, I'm so
they'll have to throw me
desensitized
off
from all the
YouTube for me
BS
to
that
stop
I'm
talking.
sure the
I'm
mass death
telling
won't
you now.
faze
That's
me.
cool.
I'll
man.
just
I-
create
I've seen my
another
share of dead
account.
bodies.
Yeah. See,
You just got this one
desensitized
monetized. Now
from
I
it
gotta
all.
give him
Yes.
$5
and that's
just
the
'cause this
thing.
one's gonna
Once you're
demonetize.
desensitized to it all, well, they pick or choose which videos get monetized, demonetized, anyways.
Hey,
So
hey, Mike, the beautiful.
I
thing
done
is,
told them to quit,
if we do
quit
it-
monetizing the videos I play music in. So
Sir Yeetus
The beautiful thing
said,
is, Mike, if
6
I
years
do
I-
it over here,
the
you're more
military,
than welcome to
Shit.
come on my
death don't
channel.
faze me, LOL.
And tit for tat, man. They faggot on my channel. I don't care.
Well, you
Yellow
know.
Fever Patrol
I
Unit
mean,
95
the thing about your channel, man, I
said,
don't frequent it too much
"You has
because
come
you're
back
already
from the
saying the
shadow
shit.
realm
I'm
with
already
the attitude
like,
of B/18.
dude, I'll drop on and I'll leave a like or lurk and then I'll leave.
Yeah.
But like, cause look, it's like preaching to the choir. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The Spearman
Yeah.
said,
So I don't
Look,
stick
"I
around.
never got in the
Most
military.
people for a good
shit
time, not a
happens
long
in the
time.
hood. 1 minute it's chill,
Yeah.
next
Look,
minute shots
most
fired."
people with a brain
A
in that
wild
head of theirs knows what's
Douglas
going on.
Edwards
It's just common
entered the
sense.
chat. Welcome to the
Douglas,
stream.
what's up, buddy?
Sir
Yeah,
Yeetus
Hey.
said,
Okay.
"I am here for a good time, not a long time." Douglas Edwards
Dude, I drop on your shit, I leave a like, and I
at
kind
Sir
of just
Yeetus
lurk
at
or
Yellow
I'll
Fever
like
Patrol
fucking get
Unit
out.
95. Good to see you guys.
It's been a weird week
Yellow
though.
Fever
not
Patrol
really.
Unit 95.
Like my grandma died, I just
Said,
fucking carried her
"I pity
casket
the
to the
fool."
grave a fucking couple
Douglas
days
Edwards
ago, and I
said,
dropped too many F bombs
At the
for
Spearman House at
Chaos
Going
is
Man.
like. But hey, I
Pistol
like
fit
the
in.
word fuck,
Said,
fuckity fuck.
"Hi,
I
Douglas."
definitely illustrate all the
Yellow
I
Fever
believe.
diversity
Patrol
of the
Hey,
Unit
word,
95.
okay?
don't get it wrong. I love
Said,
to say fuck
"You
too,
dig Doug."
but when you're trying to
Saint
convey a
Troglodyte
message,
said,
you gotta minimize the
Douglas.
curse words.
The Spearman
Well,
Because
said,
I like
it's.
to,
I
"Douglas
understand.
Edwards, I'm alive.
but-
I like to
Brother.
illustrate the
And that's-
diversity
Hope
of the
you are
word,
well.
okay?
Sir Yeetus said,
Fuckity fuck.
"Unfortunately, I lost my grandmother at 5 years old."
I was the
Yellow Fever
opposite. I
Patrol
lost
Unit
mine at
95
6. And my
said,
grandpa there.
Yes.
Quit quoting
That
all those
sucks.
Yes,
German
kid.
shepherds.
Quick
Yes,
quoting
kid,
all
I
those
did
Fever
German
get
Patrol
shepherds.
Unit
on
95
Facebook.
said, "Ye."
This one has a diagram,
Douglas
just in case you
Casca
get
is a
confused.
waifu material.
Oh,
I
At the
don't
Spearman
is it a
House at Going
diagram or
Man.
a
Glad to
diaphragm?
see you.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
The
That was
Spearman
it.
said, "KS4748 Casket is waifu material. IDC knows
She
it."
found a diagram. Oh
Douglas
my god,
Edwards.
I don't even think I
No, she
understand
found
the
it. She
diagram.
found an
At
old
St. Troglodyte
diaphragm.
House it going your
Oh,
way, sir.
Oh,
Sir
God.
Yeetus
I
said,
don't even think I understand
Yeet.
this. Like, I'm gonna have to sit down and actually. Oh
You
my
have to
God,
Google it?
man.
Yeet.
No, the diagram of the song she sent me last night.
Oh, the incest song.
Yes, I'm gonna have to sit down and figure it out.
Oh no, she's
Yeah,
on
Saint
know.
Pornhub?
Troglodyte
No.
said, "I'm alive. It's been a shit week so far and it's only
Why is
Tuesday.
everything on
Yourself?"
Pornhub like fucking like brothers, fucking sisters now? You can't even watch Pornhub no more. It's taking all the fun out of it.
Sir Yeetus said,
Oh my God,
You
no,
want
I don't
war
think
to
I
go
can
back to
back
using
to
figure
swords?
this out.
Honestly, man, I could get behind combat with swords.
Sorry, kitten. I'm gonna have to sit down for a while with this one.
Saint Troglodyte.
I could definitely get behind sword combat.
Yes.
crossing swords, you good with that?
Not like gay people
Douglas
do,
Edwards
but I'm talking the kind that
said,
make cling clang and
At
stab
St.
people.
Troglodyte, yes, it's insanely hot here this week. It's a hard knock life for this guy. Sir Yeetus
Oh man.
said, I want an axe.
You just
Yeah,
want
man.
to
Sir Yeetus
Fuck yeah!
said,
Give me a
Yeah,
couple
man.
of fucking axes. No, I need a sword and an axe. I gotta have the best of both
Yellow
worlds.
Fever Patrol Unit
Don't fuck with that
95
axe body spray, bro.
said,
No,
nothing
I'm
Sir
surprised
Yeetus
nobody
Don't
tried to
fuck with
sue
me.
them. Because, you know, their commercials portray dudes spraying themselves with their product and hot women just coming out of the woodworks and just wanting them. How many guys do you think actually bought this shit under the impression that
said,
that was
English
actually gonna
long
happen?
sword, best blade weapon ever made. The spearman.
It doesn't surprise me. There's some fucking
kind of armor
lawyer
is
out there.
available?
There goes my
The
my
weapons
F-bomb.
depend on what armor you have.
There's some lawyer out there that's gonna be
Yellow
like,
Fever
hey man,
Patrol Unit
it's false
95.
advertisement. And like,
Dude, that shit
Like,
smells
I
like
really don't.
absolute ass.
hey, dude.
Fucking
are
Axe
some
body
that-
spray smells like absolute. It smells like body odor in a can.
You use
Ew.
Axe body spray.
It
You're like
just-
14 years old.
There are some scents of Axe that smell nice, but all the other ones,
Sir
no.
Yeetus said,
I can't
Would
remember
you
what it
dual
was,
wield
man.
weapons,
And
no
I'm
shield?
going way back now. There was a cologne, and I'm not gonna say an effing cologne. There was a cologne back in the day when I was like, I don't know, 16, 18 years old. It was a long time ago, but like, I don't know, whatever. I'm not trying to reveal my age, but
What's the name of it? I might
don't
know it.
remember the
Is
name
it
of
old?
it, but it
Is
was
it called
supposed
Old
to
English?
have
Is it called?
pheromones in
Is it
it.
called?
was-
Oh.
It was supposed to have actual pheromones in it, to where it like
Oh
actually.
yeah, I remember that shit.
You remember
I would
that?
wear
I remember
chainmail
that
on
shit.
Dingus.
Yeah, give or
I
take.
mean,
I'd use long ass
if,
nunchucks.
if I use any of that, I use Old Spice.
Oh, Old Spice,
The
dude, that's the
spearman.
shit I use. Now we're showing our age,
At
man.
Sir Yeetus,
Oh
no
my
dual
God,
wield is
yeah, I want
redundant
Old
and
Spice,
ineffective.
dude. Old Spice,
better
yeah,
off
come
taking
on,
a
man.
shield
Like that's what I actually
100%
used
of
to
the
use,
time.
man.
Yes, I take a sword,
Dingus.
axe. Give me a shield as another part of it. I'd be good.
Sir
There
Yeetus
was an actual
Said,
cologne though back in the
"Chainmail
day,
armor
like, and
and
I'm
have an
talking
axe in
like
each
I don't know,
hand.
20 years ago, 25 years ago, that like supposedly they advertised it like it actually
Ideally
had
breaking
pheromones
swordfish
in
with
it,
it.
so that if you wore it, like women would be more attracted to you. And I actually fell
Dingus
for that shit back then.
said, Swords
I know
Asterisk
that where I work, we
Saint
sell cologne
Troglodyte
and perfume
said,
that have
I'm
pheromones
an
in it.
old man, so Old Spice and
Well,
Ralph
there's
Lauren
this stuff
romance
called
belong.
Spanish fly. It was supposed to make women horny.
Yeah, well, good luck
That's
with
a
that.
pill now.
Dingus.
Oh, it comes in
That's
a
what they used
pill
to call
now.
Swordfish
Yeah, it's a
LOL,
pill
my
now, and it's
autocorrect
been a
is
pill
out.
since the 70s.
Oh God, I've only seen it in droplet form.
That shit was made popular in like Boys Town in fucking Mexico or something.
Yeah, I think Cheech and Chong
Sir
added
Yeetus
in there in one of their
Said-
videos too.
Yeah.
I would have problems
But
with
no, this
is
warriors
long
using
man.
two-handed swords.
I can't
Warriors
remember.
using two-handed swords.
I'm about the same age as Chaos there. I just not as bald.
Yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know.
You know
Well,
what?
he's-
You know
he's
what?
not bald. He's
You
just,
know what?
He's just
Karma's
outgrowing
gonna
his
come.
hair.
Karma's gonna come for you, Mike, and it's gonna come furiously, and it's gonna take all that you value with your hair, because you ain't gonna have none
Hey,
left.
man,
Spearman.
You're
you
gonna
ain't
be
bald, bro.
balder than a
Depending
baby's
on what the
behind.
enemy is wearing.
You're just
Chaos
taller.
hair is
Armor sword
migrating.
is best.
Yes,
He's just
It's
taller than his
migrating.
hair.
Field
It's not a
spear is
problem.
best. Chainmail
it's
with
migrating
an axe.
back
Plate armor, pole
and
weapon, or
out
hammer.
other spots.
Yellow Fever Patrol Unit 95.
Yeah, your head's
Said.
too hot, so your hair has
And
to
there
go
was
somewhere
one,
else.
One warrior,
Yeah.
one Grigga.
It's finding all the shady spots.
They call it ingrown hair disease.
Oh,
Ingrown hair disease. Yeah, it's just not one to grow out.
Hammer is pretty good.
Yeah, it's just growing into your
Sir
brain.
Venus
You
said,
guys remember a few
"Oh
years
my
ago? I'm
God,
not too
a
sure
warrior on
if
horseback
you
will be
guys
the
had
biggest
this
problem."
rumor going around down where you are or not, but up here, apparently, if you were bald or balding, you were allowed to apply for disability because apparently being bald is a disability.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
That definitely sounds like some Canada shit.
I'm moving to Canada.
Canada.
I'm moving to Canada and milking the system.
Jesus.
It didn't go
no.
through because the old prime minister that was in charge at the time there said that was just stupid.
Armored horse 2.
Yeah,
Saint
you're riding
Yeah,
your moose to
you
work.
definitely
your bald
need
moose.
a horse.
A pylon, gladius and shield. Best battle armor till the Middle Ages. The spearman.
Ain't nothing wrong with shaving
At
your
Sir
head, bro.
Edis if you have long spears,
I'm
pikes,
thinking about
or a
doing that.
braced unit. CAV will lose.
Why, you going bald too?
No, I'm growing a beard out, and I don't. I'm thinking about just shave my head where it'll look better with the beard.
Yeah, I can't do that shit. I got a couple little moles on my head,
Yellow
so I
Fever
think if I
Patrol
did that, it'd
Unit
look weird.
95.
Like, I'd have, like,
Said.
Couple of nipples on your head.
Swords are fine
yeah,
by me.
right? So,
Easy to maneuver around.
just
or
look
kill
fucking
strike.
awkward. Plus, I think I got some big ears. So,
Hey,
like, it would
Dumbo!
look- yeah, I would look, like, really fucking weird, I think, if I shaved my head.
Sir Edis said. At the
And
spearman
then plus,
that's
everybody
true.
would think I was a white
I have to heavily rely on arrows and artillery. LOL.
I shaved my head. And be like, hey, where's your white cap at, asshole?
Oh,
Saint
good.
Troglodyte.
I left it back
Sad.
at home.
I've shaved my head at the start of Void.
What am
I
I
do the beard
doing?
also.
Fucking cunt.
The spearman said. At Bingus look up cataphracts if
What
you
happened if I
haven't
wore
heard
a
about
black
it.
hat, though?
They are cool looking. Saint
Be
Troglodyte
Antifa, wouldn't it?
said. Covered asterisk.
Well, hey, they get away with everything. Could I just go away and, like, just fucking go into convenience stores and get my 6-packs for free if I just fucking robbed them? And
I mean, as long as you
Yeah.
call it peaceful protesting and identify as BLM.
yeah, right? And then I get free beer. Fuck it.
Yep.
That's pretty much.
Oh, joy. Oh, hell nah.
Saint Troglodyte
Get over here, you fuck.
Said.
Get off that
You
horse,
can
prick.
always wear a hat and saves on pay iron for haircuts and weird
I
women
ain't got
touching
no
your
women
head,
touching on my
Sir
head,
Edith.
Saint.
said. At Chaos I already
Troglodyte,
know.
I am done
But
with
would you
women. I
agree
am
that war is way more complicated than people
bro.
think?
It is way more complicated than people think. That is
Yeah,
definitely
that's the kind
true.
of armor I was thinking about
It
at the
is so
spearman.
easy to just get rid of women, period, altogether, and just not. Dude, I take care of my kid and my kids, and
Bingus said.
I'm done with the rest,
Sick
man. I
AF
ain't doing
those
that shit
spearmen.
no more.
Yellow Fever Patrol Unit
I'm in my
95
40s. I don't
said.
fuck around no more.
I'd raise
I'm
an
done.
army of turd flinging monkeys.
Ain't nothing good gonna come from it. Been watching too much Outlaw. I know what's going on. But no, for real, man, I'm done. I don't care. I like being my own goddamn person without anybody fucking me up.
Yeah.
Sir
I
Edis.
got a captain back here.
I don't agree that women should be in combat. The most I'll
No,
agree with is women bring snipers.
but
Bingus.
you know what? This is
I'd
this
raise
is
an
the
army
part.
of bush goose hers.
I will say, as long as feminism
Yellow
exists,
Fever Patrol Unit 95
women should have to
said.
endure what we have
Women
to
snipers.
endure.
No. The spearman said.
I agree to that.
It's
At
a
Bingus
double-edged
best
sword,
heavy cavalry
but
probably ever.
they
do
want
say maybe
that
French knights
equal
would come
right
close.
to vote. They
Saint
need to be ready to
Troglodyte
die for their country as well.
said. I only deal with
Now,
women in a professional setting with
if-
witnesses.
if
The juice
feminism
isn't worth
were
the squeeze
to-
anymore.
Kind of just disappear into the ether, and women were to get back in their lane
Sir
and
Yeats
know their place.
said. Modern women
get
should
behind
at
that.
least sign up for the draft.
Yeah, definitely sign up for the draft if it gets enacted. That for sure, and no getting pregnant, so you get out of duty. And honestly, I think that needs to be punished, because I saw a lot of it when I was in the military, before any deployment, before so I got out right before my last duty station went on deployment, and I witnessed about half of the females get pregnant on that thing, just so they didn't have to go on deployment. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that would technically be considered a dereliction of duty, but they don't see it like that, because, you know, people have sex. They don't think maybe she's getting pregnant to get out of this
I
deployment.
might be extreme, but I think women should be held criminally accountable for their past actions.
Well, the ones that both bear false witness against men, yes, they
Sir
definitely
Edith
need to
said,
be held accountable.
Pregnancy shouldn't work because according to them, a fetus is just a clump of cells.
Yeah.
Yellow Fever Patrol Unit
See, that's the
95
thing. You just gotta start using
said,
their logic.
The only position for a woman
They'll start getting
to
scared.
be
Look
considered
at
is a
Look at Gal
type.
Gadot,
Yellow
or
Fever
Gal
Patrol
Gadot,
Unit
however you want to
95
call her.
And
said,
once they feel that boot on their neck, because
Saint
they're
Troglodyte
not gonna take us seriously at first.
They got
but
till 2029 to fix this.
once,
then the last of the enlisted soldiers from Afghanistan can get called back.
Once
What they got going
once that
on in
boot's on their
fucking
neck,
Israel, man.
they'll quickly start changing their tune. And unfortunately,
Have you
that's what it's
seen
gonna
Gal
take.
Gadot?
I don't care who Gal Gadot is, but I'm assuming she's a
like-
Hollywood actor.
Yeah, well, the girl that played Wonder Woman,
Oh,
and she was
okay.
in the Israeli army.
Yeah.
'Cause they're all forced, men and women,
Yeah.
to be in the fucking army.
Man, and
For a
it's the
certain
same
amount
way
of
in
Yellow
the North
Fever
and South
Patrol
Korea, I
Unit
believe.
95
And she's a badass motherfucker, bro.
but
And
a
she's
single
hot as hell.
molecule found on
I'm like,
Mars
hey,
is life.
hey, man, I
Ha,
don't
ha,
know.
ha.
Shout out to Gal. Hey, you watching Gal? Hey, hit me up.
Sir Yedis said, Gentlemen, remember, Ukrainian women are on Tinder while
No,
but she
Ukrainian
is
men are
badass.
dying in
Shit.
record numbers.
Hey, Ukrainian
about it.
women are sending me OnlyFans advertisements in my fucking Instagram.
You know how you
need
I was in South
Do
Korea.
that.
You know how
I
you,
loved it.
you know how you solve that? Ask these women going into the military, do
Yellow
they believe in
Fever Patrol
abortion?
Unit
If they say
95
yeah, and they pull
said,
that pregnancy shit in the
Thought
military,
about it
say
day
nope,
one of the war.
you don't have no
Saint
moral ground to
Troglodyte
stand on. You're going to war,
said,
buddy.
Our rights to vote comes from being forced into conscription.
I'm more concerned with all the, let me just put it so eloquently like you did earlier. The
Yellow
faggots
Fever Patrol Unit 95
go in there and they want to
said,
get gender
"You
reassignment
ever
surgery
consider
and
moving
they want
back
the
east?"
government to pay for it.
Yeah,
They don't
that's
actually
some
want to do
bullshit.
anything to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, like it went from don't ask, don't tell to, oh hey, I'm gonna join the army and I'm gonna get them to chop my dick off and turn me into a woman, or the other way around. Like, I think we can do away with that shit.
Sir
You know what I mean?
Dennis said,
I'd say
"That
let's just
yellow
go back
eye
to the
moved
don't ask, don't
Philippines
tell.
or
You know?
Thailand. Yellow Fever
No,
Patrol Unit
I
95.
mean, I don't
said,
care.
Asian
people
community
choice,
is your choice.
I don't either. I
I
don't
don't
give a
want
shit either.
to.
And I don't give a shit if anybody wants to marry somebody else. Like, look, if
The
you want to
spearman
be as miserable as I was
said,
when I was married,
America
even though
is
you're
dead
married a
losing the
man,
next
you
big
fucking
war.
do it.
Yeah,
I don't
It's
care.
their design.
that creates the
Yellow
slippery
Fever Patrol
slope
Unit 95
that we're on
said,
now by allowing
Thailand
that.
has a better look in my opinion.
Only for
Yeet.
religious people that say,
Think
"Oh
this.
man,
And
man."
it doesn't even have to
Bush,
do
Bush.
anything about religion, dude. Just
Saint
like
Troglodyte
look what's happened
said, we
since
add
we
to
let
the
the gays get
Transformers
married
sent to
now.
the field and can't get their meds. That'll be
They live.
interesting.
Well, I didn't know.
I
Sir
mean,
Yedis
look at what was one of the
said,
first things that happened as
Fun
soon as
fact, someone in my
they
platoon
allowed
literally
gays to be
transitioned to a
scout
woman.
leaders.
I was confused why he was wearing makeup
Oh.
and a bra.
In fact, someone in my platoon literally transitioned to a woman. I was confused why he was wearing makeup and a bra.
And then how many hundreds of years have we had fucking priest diddling little boys?
them-
doing things? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Them Roman Catholics, you know, they believed, children were for fun and women for making babies.
So
So you
why
need
are
to
so
take
many
that up.
priests? Why are so many celibate priests? having sex with little boys.
Yellow
Like, come
Fever
on, man.
Patrol Unit 95.
They're not very celibate if they're having sex with little boys now, are they?
Ugly Philippine chicks
Oh,
that it's
you
not
need to
on
talk
my
to the
list.
Pope about that.
Vietnam is a
Well,
good one
call him
too.
the
up.
Pope is
Get
on
diddling
it.
little
Indonesia.
kids too.
Get
So
on it.
he's like, no, that doesn't happen. Of bullshit. While they're trying to dictate who decide, while the next Pope's already sitting there chilling, because he was picked like 2 weeks
Yellow Fever
ago.
Patrol Unit 95.
He's sitting there with a little Timmy on his fucking lap.
Cal Yeet. That's wild. Saint Troglodyte
Wait, there's a new pope?
said.
Well,
More
there's
kids
Pope
have been diddled by
Francis right
female
now.
school teachers in the last
I
10
don't know,
years
man.
than
It doesn't
priests
matter.
Now
have done
that-
since the
that
19th.
That
all
right
fucking
there,
The Spearman
what Saint Troglodyte
said.
just said,
Casca, you're
More
wearing way too much
kids
armor for me to take you seriously.
have been diddled by female
Sir
school
Edith
teachers in the last 10
said.
years than
I
priests
had
have
to
done
take a
since the
Transformers
70s.
class and everyone
And
was pissed.
you know who's not
President
complaining
Trump
about
saved
that?
us in
Every fucking
2017
kid
by
diddled
banning
by a
Transformers
female
from joining
teacher.
the military.
No, it only becomes a
They
problem
all
when,
heard about it.
oh, the only, yeah, exactly, they open their mouth. That's like, and let's not act like women don't girls don't fantasize about their teachers too.
And I'll tell you what, if you see one female student that gets screwed, 16, 17-year-old that gets screwed by a male teacher is like 23 years old or whatever, just got out of
Sir
college,
Edith
22. Oh yeah, he's
said.
doing like 20 or 30
God
years
bless
in prison.
President
He's
Truman.
getting fucking ass raped
Yellow Fever Patrol
for
Unit
years.
95.
But if you see a female
Classes.
that does it
That's
to
Coca for Cocoa
a
Puffs
male
type
student,
skit yeet.
everybody's like giving
Sir
him
Edith
props, and she's getting like
said.
probation.
President Trump,
Yeah.
the
That's
Spearman,
bullshit,
Like that
bro.
South
said.
Park episode.
My 7th grade geography teacher was bad as fuck.
You
Sir
know he's
Edith
bragging and he's putting
said.
that shit out. That's
I
why
can't
so many
spell
more
tonight.
female teachers are getting caught now, because they're posting this shit on like Twitter and everything. Like, hey, look, I just
Bragging
I'm a
about
teacher.
their horror ways, baby.
No, they're degenerates. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
It's a double standard.
Accountability for them went out the window a long time
Oh, yeah.
ago.
Saint
What do you
Troglodyte
mean I'm under
said.
arrest?
We're
do
all
you
stoned.
mean?
No worries. We all
I need
speak
to
stoned
Everybody's-
LOL.
manager. I went
Yeah,
and
what he
got
said.
a buzz cut,
Said.
got a full arm
Some
sleeve
of those women
tattoo and a
teachers
bull
know
ring.
exactly what they
What
are
do
doing
you mean
LOL.
I'm an insane
The Spearman
psychopath?
What was
said.
that movie with
Speaking of which,
Jack
though I
Nicholson?
snitched, there was a male
and,
teacher from my
what was
high
that
school
girl,
that
Helen
was
Hunt?
smashing all the chicks in my
Oh,
grade.
That's good.
All he
Yeah.
had to do is read.
Wait.
He was an author. Yeah, as good as
Yellow
it gets.
Fever
And he was an
Patrol Unit
author. And he says,
95
"How do you write women so
said.
well?" He says,
LOL,
"I
how
take
many
away
times you
reason
daydream
and
of
accountability."
69ing her spearman. Sir Edith,
That's basically
said.
the truth, bro.
my high school teacher could get
He's
it
like, I
not
think
gonna
of a
lie.
man,
Oh,
I
dude.
and
remember
then I
her.
take away
Take
She was
away
told in
reason
from
and
Germany.
accountability.
I had 2 teachers in junior high, Miss Lawrence, and I can't remember the other broad's name, but she was this tall redhead. She had the
My
pixie
7th grade
haircut.
math teacher was a hot
and-
old ass MILF.
Both of them. When
I got a soft
Mrs.
spot for
Lawrence,
redhead.
we were doing the toss test, and she caught me she was sitting in front of a class, and she had this fucking dress that fucking come up to like right here. So she's sitting down, you can see her
The
plump,
Spearman
luscious thighs, and I'm
At
just
Yellow
like,
Fever Patrol Unit 95, I still think of her. Fit, pale, big OL titties,
and
short
I'm sitting there
black hair.
trying to look, and I look
Saint
up, and
Troglodyte
she's looking at me just,
said. Was I the only one here getting laid while in school?
I was
remember her
busy
name.
trying to get good grades to focus on girlfriends, because I just wanted to get through that
Sir
shit.
Edith said.
Mine was
There
my
was
English
another one
teacher,
senior
man. She
year.
has some rockin'
She was a
tits, bro.
substitute and a
Yeah.
ginger.
Like they were always
She
out.
was definitely trying to get attention from the young
And
men
I
in the
tried.
room.
I tried.
Polska! How you
Wow.
doing, bud?
Polska
Hope
Bob
all is well, sir.
entered the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
Polska Bob said.
I didn't like getting
Sir
grounded,
Edith
goddammit.
said. If I didn't get good grade, my dad would kill me.
Yeah, in elementary I got the shit beat out of me for getting bad grades,
Hi
but
Polska.
and it just got to
Spearman
grounding. and I got
said,
tired of getting grounded.
I got laid
'Cause
a
it
few
wasn't
times
just for
when
a
I was
week.
Chad in
It was like
university.
2 fucking
I was
weeks.
so tired all the time. Tired and broke.
The one time I
Said.
did bang, it
Troglodyte,
was
I
the neighbor's
banging
daughter,
304s in school, LOL.
and
Saint Troglodyte said.
I actually
I
regret
got
it more than
picture early,
anything.
So I banged more than few women by the time I was in high school. Yellow
Most
Fever
of
Patrol
my
Unit 95
sexcapades came in my
said,
long-term
Bro, don't
relationships.
make me think of the massive amount of teachers that were getting wet.
was that because she
This
had
young
Down
long-haired
syndrome?
Vietnamese chick. A
See,
wild. Sean St. George
mine was just
entered the chat.
if I got an
into the
F.
stream. Coles Kebab said,
He just wanted me to apply myself.
who's in Discord.
So I was just trying to get through, and I kept telling them
My
this.
dad's bad
But
grade was anything lower than
they demanded
Sean
that I
St.
apply
George
myself. I was like,
said,
man.
Going from slapping balls to slaying bodies.
Poor Chaos. He's the guy that fucked.
Only a few.
He's the guy
Saint
that fucked
Troglodyte
Corky's sister.
Said.
Oh
Why
god.
parents
Hey.
don't give a shit about me. Long
It
as
wasn't
the
bad.
police weren't
I
called,
can't
they
complain,
didn't care.
but
I could burn down a house if
I regret
wanted.
it. I regret a lot of
Sir
it.
Yeetus
Quirky.
said, I failed one class in my life and it was Spanish.
He
class.
remembers
I
he was
do.
there.
My dad didn't get mad because he couldn't write essays in Spanish.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to go
Said,
back and find that
Sean. The Spearman.
now. Check
Poor
Oh,
Corky and his sister.
I regret most of my sexcapades. Gross situations. Yellow Fever
God.
Patrol Unit
Let's
95.
see, like I said, my sexcapades
Said,
were in long-term
Got laid
relationships,
before
so
ever knowing what jerking
I-
it was.
I mean,
No lie, 8th grade y'all.
meh, I don't know if I want
Yeah,
to tell
they-
this one or
Right.
not
Mine
because
They were never interested
It's-
in that.
I was really, really, really young the first time I did anything sexual, and I didn't know it was sexual until I got older and I found
So
my
your
dad's
uncle told
skin
you so?
mags. Well, no, I found my dad's skin mags and saw what was going on.
Sir Yeetus said,
So,
when you think about it, it was grown-ass adults taking advantage of
He
your
was like,
naive
hey,
nature.
wait, hey, uncle, you shouldn't have touched
there was no
Oh.
I.
Yellow
Push me
Fever
in my
Patrol
no-no
Unit
square,
It
uncle.
95,
was,
I could have
and
gotten
it
young.
was,
Thinking back, girls deaf
it-
gave me signals
it
that I was
was,
such a beta.
it was
I
a
was
girl
scared.
it was a girl my age. I was like 4 or 5, and it was one of those you want to see what I saw mommy and daddy doing instances.
Damn.
I was 7 years old when I made out with my first chick.
What was his name?
Yeah.
And who
Troglodyte.
decided who dressed up as a girl
I
first?
can't even most of their face sheets.
I was
Just
playing
places.
with baseball
Then
cards.
I met my
and
wife.
stuff.
I wish I
Guys,
could forget that now. Honestly, good has
Well,
fucked
it
up
wasn't
sense of
me.
humor.
She was wanting to kiss me.
Oh, I
And it happened
understand.
at church.
Yeah,
Yellow
it
Fever
is
Patrol Unit
essentially.
95
It is adults
said,
taking advantage of a kid's
Breaking
naive
an ankle
nature.
in 9th grade gave me plenty of free time to figure
Getting
out
paid
what
for
jerking it
kisses.
was. LOL. Saint Troglodyte
I don't know, dude.
said,
That's fucked
I
I
up.
can't spell tonight either.
That's-
Said. LMAO, I
See,
remember when I was 18 and
by
my
the
mom got
time
mad
I
that
was
smashed this
18,
one chick and my
I
dad
was living
high-fived
with
me.
my grandma,
Yellow Fever Patrol
and
Unit
my
95
grandma,
said,
my grandma, God rest her
Jerking is
soul,
weird, y'all.
I love her. She straight up told me, "You ain't having sex in this house." I said, "But grandma, why?" She's like, "Because if I ain't having sex, you ain't having sex." I said, "Grandma, that's not fair. Grandpa's impotent."
Oh god.
Dude, I got a funny story about my grandma, man. And like, look, be respectful now, because I just put her in the ground last week. She picked me up
Saint
from
Troglodyte.
my girlfriend's house. I was about,
LOL.
I don't know, I was 15
Yellow
or
Fever
16,
Patrol
right?
Unit 95.
And I snuck over
Said,
to my
Spearman
girlfriend's
Wild
house, and we
Days.
were in the shower together in
Sir
the morning.
Yeetus.
And her
Said,
mom, like,
As long
fucking,
as I
like, banged the
protected
door
myself
down.
with condoms,
And I
my
don't know,
dad didn't
like,
care.
I got it in the clothes
Yellow
hamper.
Fever Patrol
Well, you know,
Unit
like the big
95.
doors underneath.
Said,
Yeah.
Yeet LOL.
And I hid in there naked, but my
Spearman.
girlfriend left my boxers
Said,
on the floor.
Don't matter.
So
Strap two
when she
popsicle
actually
sticks
came
to
through
it
the
and
door,
throw
she
it back
knew
in
I
like
was
an
there,
effing
right?
soldier.
She opened the fucking door, and I'm just sitting there, butt ass naked, right? And I'm like, what can you say, right? When you just got fucking your, you know, and the mom's looking right at me, and I was just like,
shit.
you know,
Big angry
what do
Phil.
I do now?
Yo!
And she's like, get
What's
your
up, Big
clothes on
Angry
and
Phil?
get
How
out,
you
right?
doing, bud?
So,
Big Angry
shit.
Phil said,
so she made me
Sup,
get on the
chaos.
fucking front porch and wait for my grandma, and my grandma came and picked me up. And I could hear her talking to my grandma while I was putting my clothes on. She's like, your grandson was in the shower with my daughter and blah, 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 like loud as fuck, right? And my grandma came and picked me up, dude, and this is like before school. and and I had to sit there and wait for like 20 minutes. Her mom walked out on the front porch. She looked at me and like she was just snarling at me and shit. And then my grandma showed up and I got in the car and I thought I was in trouble, right?
Sir
And just
Enos
my grandma, dude, she just had this smile on
I
her
had
face,
various
man.
PT workouts at 2 a.m. after
And I
11
didn't say
shots of
shit,
whiskey.
right? Because I thought I was in
The
trouble.
woman made me bacon and eggs after.
And she
Yeah.
didn't even drive me to school. She
There
just
you
drove
go.
me back to the house. And
You know-
like when she drove me back
I
to the
had a
house,
friend
I
in
was
my
like,
sophomore year in high school.
then
He
So-
always tried
before I got
sneaking
out
on
of the
me and
car,
my
she
girl.
said,
That-
so you were
Once,
butt
take
naked
he-
in a clothes
and he had
hamper?
That's something I
Yes.
noticed when
Yeah,
I.
cool.
So between
LOL.
the ages of. So shortly after I got out the military, I went through, I guess, a phase. I started hooking up with a bunch of older women, and I noticed after I laid the pipe with them, they would always cook some breakfast afterwards. that was always older women. The younger ones never really. They didn't cook. They wanted to cuddle.
He likes cougars. He likes cougars. That's all right.
No, this was before the Cougar Slayer class existed.
Saint Troglodyte said,
It
Chaos
was-
took the Cougar Slayer
I-
class, LOL. Sir Yeetus
I was
said, older
raised.
women were definitely eager to please you,
I was raised to be a gentleman.
said. Breakfast
okay.
is why I
So-
dipped
That's why
down
you
a
were-
few fatties.
That's why I
Fucking
always.
Have food.
That's why I always got along with the older ladies.
You know they call that the Oedipus complex, right?
What?
The Oedipus complex, like fuck your mother, kill the father.
Ew. No. God. Ew.
I mean, you're fucking milfs and
well, it was.
you know what
chicks I
Oedipus
worked
is.
with.
Come on, man. Let's talk about Shakespeare here, bro.
Not off the top of my head.
Shakespeare, bro. Oedipus.
Vegas.
I know
Said.
some of
They be
Shakespeare,
fantasizing you being theater stepson Chaos.
but no.
Yellow fever
to
patrol
around, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Fuck your mother.
said,
Ew.
remember
Yo.
effing a chick on my drive.
I was just trying to get laid.
Running for like an hour late at night.
After. See, here's the thing, though. They all made the first approach. Because I was just, because I was a gentleman. That was the thing. I was just doing what I just, you know, the
They
first
were
one,
cougars
the
on
first
the
one, well, the first one was just, it was cold as fuck outside, and I had my coat on. She didn't have her coat, so I left her my coat. That got my foot in the door. I didn't even intend for that to happen. It's just the way I am.
Brought over a woman was 5 feet 2 inches.
That's the thing.
You gotta admit, though.
It's
You
just the
gotta
way
admit.
I am. So when she
Older
approached
ladies
me
know how to
and was
work.
like, "Hey, you want to go out on a date later this week?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" I didn't have the anticipation of getting laid at the time, but when we got back to her place and she was sucking my dick like a Hoover vacuum,
Oh
it,
damn yeet. Saint
But you gotta
Troglodyte.
admit, older ladies know how to work it,
Land
bro.
Walrus LOL.
to a degree. The
Sir
one
Yeet.
my
Young ones are
uncle.
bullshit.
My uncle hooked me up
It
with
was
one
literally
that
Jabba the Hutt.
it was going great until she
Yellow
went
Fever Patrol Unit 95.
around my lips,
Said.
and then my hard on turned into an
The
innie.
spearman said,
Yeah,
gotta man up.
and
Eat.
me being
That chick you
naive,
love too.
you
She
know,
actually appreciate it LOL.
I never knew
Sir
the
Yeetus
implicate. I didn't know what she
said,
meant.
My
"But that
fries.
walrus disrespected me." Sir Yeetus
So,
said,
She ate my
"She ate my
fries.
fries when it was for me.
Okay.
I was mad."
Alright. She ate my fries. What the fuck?
how you doing, Sean?
Doing good.
Dude.
Yellow Fever Patrol.
Don't know what the
Unit
hell I just
95
walked into.
said,
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe a doorknob or
"Dear
two?
Lord E,
I don't know.
Saint Troglodyte,
Right at cross level 2 is somebody
Bitch, get
kicking it
your
open.
the spearman, said, I took a chick and her friend to a sushi place. Stupid
That's the part
friend
about
ate
growing
my
up, man.
sashimi
You
when I
fucking
was
with all
taking a
kinds of
call.
different people. You don't
I
know what
never
the fuck's
forgave
going
either
on,
of
man.
them.
You're just learning shit as you
Yellow
go.
Fever Patrol Unit 95
I
said,
had me several older
Yeah,
women,
ha,
but
ha,
I'm
ha,
gonna tell you
ha.
what, every time I had an older
Sir
woman,
Enos
they know how to work
said,
it.
At Chaos knows, the military life is crazy.
It
Like,
is.
it
Lots of
works.
Westpac widows,
Said,
man. All
It
kinds of
works.
Westpac widows.
Well, Mike, maybe you weren't good enough and they had to do all the work.
They were the ones teaching me, but I ain't, well, hey, either way, I got mine.
Well,
Yeah,
gotta
I
learn
mean,
somehow.
If you're like 40 or 50 years old and you're fucking an 18-year-old, like, yeah, I think it's on you to put the you gotta work it. 'Cause you got all the experience, right? You can't expect somebody don't know what the fuck they're doing to fucking get it done. You just sit
Oh,
back
by the
and
time
enjoy
you're
the ride,
18,
bro.
I'm about to fucking die. I don't think there's a way I can. Oh god, you got so much health. Ah, get off my ass! Get off my ass! No! Stop!
Said,
Oh
why is it
shit.
funnier when it happens to Yeetus? Ha ha ha. Sir Yeetus, at the spearman they ate your sashimi.
I'm so stupid.
spearman
I had this gay ass
said,
manual, man.
No matter what,
you'd buy
to
at
think he will
Starbucks.
please a woman,
It was like
you are
how to
delusional.
eat pussy.
If it's not this, it's
Literally.
What?
I literally got this shit at
Saint
Starbucks,
Troglodyte
man. I tell you what,
said,
my teenage
I never
girlfriend was
learned to
happy because
control
it
the
was
D
working.
level. I always hit
Like,
at
I
level 7 or
took
8. I've dealt
note,
with a few
people.
whacked out women.
I
have
made
bad
damn
habit
sure
of
I was
pushing the
making her
crazy
happy.
button.
Because she was hot. Like, I wanted to make damn sure I was going to keep on getting it.
The spearman
So,
said, at Sir Yeetus and they didn't eat the bullshit they
I had
ordered,
this
so I
one
had to or I
woman
would get
customer
charged.
one day.
I was
She
livid.
asked
I have
me
to
if
skip
I
the
knew any
event.
ways
Favorite
to
spot.
be able to seduce a younger
Sir
man.
Yeetus
I
said,
looked her straight in the face and I'm like,
when you give a woman
be
the
younger.
world, she will ask for the stars the next day.
Oh,
that's funny.
She looked at me, she's like, excuse me? I'm like, look, they're the same age. You want to
That's
attack?
funny.
You want to attack someone that's younger?
Saint
Be
Troglodyte
younger.
said,
Look younger.
damn LOL.
Get in shape. Then maybe you could get the younger people.
Oh,
I think once you get up into your 40s and shit, man, you just stop caring about that shit. I stopped caring altogether. I don't give a fuck no more. I'm just done, bro.
Sir
I'm only
Yeetus
7 months older than
said,
Outlaw.
women don't know how to
Which is
appreciate anything in
how old?
2023.
35.
Oh yeah, well I got
I'm about to die
I got
again.
about 7 or 8 years on you, but well 6 or 7 years on you, but I'm just done. I don't give a fuck. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But like, I'm not doing anything anymore. Period. Relationship wise,
Shit.
I am fucking done, bro.
Oh yeah, me too.
There's nothing wrong with having a one night with somebody or something, and but like as far as anything else beyond that, I am fucking done, bro. Don't want no more of
Saint
it
Troglodyte.
for the rest of my
That's
life.
even kind
Seriously.
of debatable.
I'm in my 40s. I still look. I'm not touching anymore.
really
I'm
don't.
sure you kind of do, but in the back of your head you do, but you don't want to deal with the headache that is modern dating.
Yeah, I don't want any. No, I honestly don't want any of it. Honestly, fuck it, dude.
Yellow Fever Patrol
I'm done.
Unit 95 said,
Yeah, after I had my
if
kiddo,
I'm
I had to
taking
start
chicks
upping
out
my
to eat,
standards.
That means there's some mud wrestling later that
Kid
night.
just turned 18,
Sir
and I got
Yeetus
another one that's 10.
Just
But
imagine you worked
that's another
decades for your
story, and
family
then,
and it was
like,
ripped away from you.
I'm not
That's modern
getting into
women
that
for you.
fucking shit anymore. I'm done.
That's why the whole idea of marriage and shit is not in my future.
Well, at your age, well, I guess it'd be different for you if you don't have any kids or whatever.
No, I don't have any kids. I would like to have kids, but not in this climate.
That'd be different,
Saint
but like
Troglodyte
me, dude, I'm gonna ride it
Venus,
out, man,
that's
and
what
I'm done.
happened to me.
So much happier without being with somebody else, like constantly telling you what to do, and you gotta do this, you gotta do that, blah blah blah. And like, I guess once you get to a certain age, man, you're
Sir
just like,
Edith
fuck, you know.
Said,
Yeah.
a wise man
Yes.
learns
And I'm
from
just-
others' mistakes.
And that's what I have done most of my life, is learn from other people's
Saint
mistakes.
Troglodyte.
And it has saved me
Losing a
Outlaw,
son.
what are you doing?
lot.
It's real bad. I rather get
Do
shot
what now?
again.
Hey, you're dropping April Saunders in the general chat.
Yellow
that did
Fever
what
Patrol
now?
Unit 95 said, it's a
I'm
drag.
drop-
Oh, yep, April Saunders.
Yeah.
The Spearman
What about it?
said,
That's
at
hilarious.
St.
No, I'm
Troglodyte,
just finding it
sorry
funny.
for your loss.
Oh
I haven't seen my son in
Oh,
over a year
man,
now.
yeah.
Sir Yeetus
Don't get me wrong,
That's-
I'm just tired of it.
I
I already
don't know
spent
what I would do.
$5,000
No
getting
female will
custody
take
of
my
my
child
daughter
away
and this
from
and
me.
that, and
Yellow
trying
Fever
to make
Patrol
her
Unit 95.
nice, somewhat
That's why they call it the
decent
OL
human
bone and chain.
being. I'm
Oh, I wasted it.
I don't want to fucking redo this shit again, you know.
Yep, I do not want to
That
start
shit's
over
gonna
again.
cause
That's
me
the
to
thing I don't want to deal with.
I've already
That's-
raised my
That's the
goddamn
part
kids.
that
Like, I don't
sucks
need
the
no more of
most,
that
having to
shit.
start over.
Once you raise one or two kids,
Saint
you,
Troglodyte
like, you're good, man.
said,
Just let it go.
it's been since January 1st.
Hey, you see
2018
people out there
since I've
with
seen
fucking
mine.
10
I don't
kids, and
even
it's
know
like,
what he
wow.
looks like
Oh
anymore.
no, I'm never gonna be
Douglas
that guy.
Edwards
Then you're really
said,
fucked. 10
At
kids? Are
Yellow
you
Fever
kidding me?
Patrol Unit 95.
That's why those men don't get divorced, they suffer.
Sir Yeetus said, I'm gonna say it again.
And I'm
No
not saying
female
I
will
still
take
don't
my
have a
kids away from
relationship
me.
with my ex.
Yellow
Like,
Fever Patrol
it's so
Unit
tough.
95.
Like after my grandma died, I
Said,
sent her the shit to
Right on Doug.
the obituary
Douglas
and
Edwards
everything,
said,
and
At
whatever.
St.
We still
Troglodyte,
have,
I'm
you
sorry
know,
to hear that, sir.
a child together. That's something that you're gonna live with together forever. Like, but you know, I'm never gonna do that again with somebody else. I'm done, bro. There's something said, like, there's some sort of freedom that comes with just wanting to be you and live your own goddamn way in
Saint
your own
Troglodyte
fucking life without anybody else
said,
fucking giving you any shit
Same
about
for
it.
you as well,
You know what I
Douglas.
mean?
It is, yeah.
And
I've gotten close enough to the stove to get burned, but no, that was like the red pill and the MGTOW philosophy I've accepted has made it so clear to me that I'm on the right path. Doing it this
Sir
way.
Yeetus
And then to each his own, man. It's your prerogative.
freedom should be
It's
a
like
man's
no
end
for
goal.
nobody else to say, you know. So it's and there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm actually enjoying my life now. Like, dude, I haven't been in a relationship in like years, dude, and I am so much happier.
Oh, oh,
You know what I mean?
oh,
I do.
fuck me.
Everybody thinks you're so much happier when you're like getting laid on a regular
Fuck.
basis.
Got a feeling we will
No,
be killed
it's actually
for
not.
exactly that in the near future.
I would rather beat off.
Saint Troglodyte
Well, that's
said,
validation. That's
Every
that's
man
nothing
deserves
but
peace
validation.
for the battles we
when
have
you're
to fight life.
constantly trying to
Sir
get people to
Yeetus
notice you getting pussy
said,
all the time. That's
Peace and
validation.
freedom should be a man's
Fuck
end
that shit. I
goal.
would rather just
Should
beat off,
be.
watch
Fever
some
Patrol
fucking
Unit
Pornhub whenever I
95
get the chance or whatever,
said,
and like just
No
do my
amount
own
of money
thing.
will
Like,
make me give up with my endless
dude, I'm
bliss
just
and
being
quietness.
honest. Like, that's the
Yellow
fucking
Fever
thing.
Patrol Unit 95
Exactly.
understand.
said,
Yeah.
No amount.
I go to the tool shed. It's not like I don't.
Oh,
Outlaws. Outlaws Tool Shed is amazing.
oh,
Yeah,
Doug,
it
you
is.
go to the tool shed too, huh?
Who hasn't?
Oh,
that padlock didn't work, Outlaw.
Nah.
Oh, my God.
Anybody,
Nah.
anybody that thinks you don't, like, they're a fucking stupid or you're a goddamn liar. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But how much easier is it just to take, like, 60
Sir
seconds
Enos
or fucking 90 seconds
said,
or whatever?
I could be more money right
Just
now, but I'm not
rub
selling
one
my
out
soul
and just
to
be
the
done
system.
with it, and then hey, guess what?
Yellow
We don't have
Fever
to take care of
Patrol
all
Unit
the other shit
95
that comes along with
said,
it. Fuck it,
It's a,
done.
Snowy
it's a
said,
constant red pill for me because it's like you have that post-nut clarity that comes almost instantly
I'm just
when
saying.
you realize that you're done, and you're also not going to hear any bitching about anything after that.
Yeah, right. Because when you're done, you're done. You don't have to listen to no bullshit after. Fuck it,
No, you don't have to hear it. There's
We're
guys
done.
in this world who they can't live without it, and so they'll put up with all kinds of hell because she's hell to pay.
And
I
it
know
costs
it.
thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking dollars, bro. Fuck that shit.
Yep. And then you got to get the text messages. Where are you? How come you want to play golf with your friends?
Huh.
Why don't you turn off your PlayStation?
Yeah.
How come you don't do this?
Nah.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I do whatever the fuck I want to do, whenever the fuck I want to do it, and fucking suck it.
I get my responsibilities
Yeah,
done
you're
and
spinning
leave me
there.
be. Once I get done
Sir
what needs to
Enos
be done, leave me the
said,
fuck be.
Gentlemen, don't conquer the world
Well,
and lose your soul
It's
for the
competition
process.
for their attention.
Oh
you.
no. You gotta have a
That's why
soul to
especially at our
lose.
Especially at our age, man. When you get in your 40s, like, okay, you got kids, well, maybe or maybe not, but then, like, any woman you're gonna meet probably got a couple of kids, maybe from several baby daddies. And, like, you don't want to bring all that shit into your fucking
No,
life. You
I
know,
do
like, fuck all
not.
that shit, man. Like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm done, bro. I am done. I am 100%, like, I don't know, what's after Red Pill? What's
Saint
the...
Troglodyte said,
Well,
the world
Oh,
doesn't
I'm
want
just
to
done.
be saved.
all
They are
right.
left
So when you
alone.
reach Red Pill,
The
when
spearman
you reach enlightenment,
said,
you reach awakening.
Rose, you'll hire a working
Typically,
gal.
that's the time for you to work on yourself,
Sir Edis
achieve goals in
said,
your life.
I don't have kids.
Set
I
goals
want
if you
to
don't
have kids,
have
but
them.
it's too risky in the
That's
West.
typically the time
Yep.
when you start finding yourself.
I'm in that same boat,
Man.
Yeetus. I would like kids, but
I guess I'd call it still Red Pill, but
I gotta find a chick that can have kids and is willing to put up with me long enough.
no, like, I don't know. Well, that's your prerogative, too. That's a different story.
Well, it's not. Well, I would like to have kids. Doesn't mean necessarily I'm gonna have
Saint
kids.
Troglodyte said,
I just...
Edis, keep
For
your
me,
freedom and sanity.
We're
Stay
about the same
kidless.
age, right?
I'm 41.
I was born in 80... Yeah, I was born in 81, so...
The reason
Yellow
that it's
Fever
so
Patrol
hard
Unit
for a lot of
95
men is because they've
said,
never settled that
We
question
all do
within
eat.
themselves.
It ain't
Do I
happening in
really
the West.
want to live the rest of my life without ever having offspring? That's something that you have to make peace with in your life. And if you can't, if you want to have a family, then there's your answer.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Because
but I
you
did
can
it
She
still,
early.
will certainly use the
because
force
you
of
can
the
still
state.
be Red Pill.
She is unable to think that
Big
far
Cow is
ahead to
simply
know
the
it's a
step after you
mistake.
become Red Pill.
Yeah, well... My
That's
shit happened
just a
8 years
realization
ago.
the system's rigged against you, and it's best not to play their games at all.
Yeah,
That's-
MGTOW is simply just a lifestyle choice, a philosophy that men adopt once they become Red Pill. That's all it is.
Sir
Raising kids
Edis
is only 18 years.
said,
No, it's not Edis,
Raising
because
kids is only
my kid's 18 years
so I
old,
got time.
and she's still in
But
her
it's
last
somewhat
year of
selfish of me
fucking
to
high
not pass
school,
on the
and
genes.
she'll probably
It just
still
won't
be
be in
here
the
for another
West.
year or two after that, or while she's going through any fucking college or vocational school she's got to go through after
It
that.
is to a degree
Like-
selfish. I would rather find the right one than end up fucked up with the wrong one.
Selfish
Yes.
by whose standards?
I don't. It's not necessarily a woman I want. It's a woman I
The
need.
spearman said,
Need?
I really hope
Need.
that Crystal Kitten isn't a spy or
I
saboteur.
don't
We
think
are all
men
compromised
need women
at this
or vice
point,
versa.
lol.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Sir
either.
Edis.
I don't
believe
think
that.
you have to worry about
If you have kids in
kittens.
the West, you're dumb in my opinion. Sir Edis
What does that mean?
said.
Someone's
Saint
passing,
Troglodyte said.
casting
Take from man who's been through the
questions.
courts. Don't have kids. I'm tired of
If you
raising
do
men.
have kids, I'm gonna tell you, it changes your life completely when you do have kids.
It's
like
a
I do.
great thing, but again,
Now,
they don't tell you. It's great having kids, but if you have kids with the wrong person, then it will ruin your life.
Well,
I did that.
That's again where you gotta
Now-
find a woman you need, not a woman you necessarily want.
Don't get me wrong.
You may or
need
may
each
not
other
know her
to
when you see her.
Species.
Yeah.
about
do need-
needing.
You do
Oh.
need each other
Sir
to
Edis.
continue
A
the
woman's
species.
gotta
He
need
said-
us, and we gotta need
It's not
her.
the fact if she will screw you over in the West. It's
That
the
goes
fact
back
she
to
has the capability to do it at any
the
time.
raising the children. Like, okay, this one is the nurturing one,
spearman
and this one is the one that
said.
brings the
One that
That same
knows her
troglodyte
role
recommended
and
YouTuber
knows her
Osiris.
place.
Maybe you can take your
But
rights
you
back.
know, and that never worked out for me. And like, I had to do both. And I'm not gonna say I did very good at. Well, I always did good at bringing home the bacon. I just
Saint
the
Troglodyte.
nurturing part, maybe not so
Said.
much. Like I can
Yeah.
see
Is there a
where
place in the
the
world
mother
that
part.
You
wasn't
gotta
untouched by
be a
feminism?
little more selfless than selfish. That's the thing about relationships. You gotta be more selfless than selfish. You
I
gotta
had to
put the
raise my
needs.
daughter from
You gotta
the
put the
point-
needs of others
Said.
before yourself.
She has the capability to screw
You
you
don't
over
think I
And
did
they
that
got.
in the West.
And I'm not saying you
Don't
didn't.
do it,
I'm saying that's part of a relationship to work.
said.
When my
And
kid
the other
was 10 years
person
old,
has
she
to
got
do
her
it
first
too.
period. I was the one that had to like teach her all of that shit.
You find your aunt or something and hope she can do it.
Yeah, well, I didn't have that
Or
luxury, man.
you show her the instruction booklet and say, "This is what you do. Hope
I'm
for the
like, hey
best."
man, watch some YouTube videos. Let's check this shit out. Because this is about what I know.
Again, it's up to every man what he chooses to do.
well, one of my old neighbors, he was a single dad of 2 daughters, and they were
Sir Edis.
twins, and they both started at the same
She
time.
has the
Ooh.
capability
He was
to screw you over
panicking.
at
He
any
didn't
time.
know
Don't
what
do
to
it.
do.
Saint
He
Troglodyte.
comes over. He knocks on my
Said.
door, and he's
My
like,
judge openly
"I need
case
your
fixed.
help. My
To take
boobs
him
are
on,
bleeding.
have to
I
take
don't
on
know
the
what to
state's
do."
Judiciary.
So he didn't have fucking YouTube. He didn't have a fucking phone.
Back then, YouTube wasn't a big thing.
What are you,
This
like,
was like-
98?
This was like maybe
Yellow
8,
Fever
9 years
Patrol
ago.
Unit
So
95
YouTube was there, but he
said,
didn't have a computer or
I
anything.
don't look at the women for reasons of not
Alright,
wanting
well,
to
I
join the
can understand
plantation.
that.
It's the ability
He
the
was
women have to
panicking
destroy
too
you
much
with a
too,
snap
so
of
he
a finger.
didn't
I'm not
realize.
living with an anvil hanging
Look
over my head.
online for something, even on his phone.
Yeah.
But he came over, got me. I went over, told him, go to the corner store across the street, grab pads,
Yellow Fever Patrol
bring them
Unit
back,
95
and I'll show them how to put them on.
said,
And then I'll leave them
Cash
alone
and
in the
prizes.
bathroom, and they could put them on themselves.
That's really cool of you, man.
It's best
That's
a
really
woman
cool.
help them instead of a man because he
Yeah.
wouldn't know what to do. Like, not properly, anyways.
Yeah. Well, you know the funny thing was, when my daughter first got her period, and she was like 10 years old, man. Like, god damn it, right? At 10 years old, she got her first period. Like, I was like, hey, man, do you want me to call your mom? Or all this other stuff? And she was like, no, just handle it. And, like, I had to go take care of it. She didn't even want to talk to her mom about it. She didn't even tell her mom for, like, 2 weeks. Like, this is how much, like, me and my daughter are connected versus, like, her and her mom, you know? So I was like, fuck, alright, man. But I'm not stupid. I mean, I had girlfriends, I had a wife, I had a
Yellow
kid
Fever
with
Patrol Unit 95
mom. You know, like, I know how all this shit works.
You now
but,
live in
like,
a car and give 66%
at 10 years old, I
of
didn't
your
know
income
how to
to the
actually
state and
fucking,
family
like,
courts. No
I
thanks.
don't know.
Not
I was like,
even if
look,
it was a
man,
1% chance.
just put this thing in your thing and like, do this. I don't know. Probably wasn't the best. It was funny too because even leading up to it, right? Because like I had bought her shit and I put some stuff in her backpack, like for emergencies if it happened at school or whatever. And like she had just started using them every day when she didn't need them before it actually happened.
Oh no.
Dude, I did the dumbest shit ever, man. I think I was like, dude, I think I had a 6-pack, and I was like, look, you want to know when to use these? And I took like a pack of V8 and a napkin, and I poured the V8 on the napkin. And I said, when you see something like this, this is when you use those.
At Saint Troglodyte
Quit using these fucking pads for no reason. You don't need them.
/C_FVMQ
Oh my God.
Look at this.
Yeah, I know that was pretty fucked up. Right?
I mean,
I was
you
like,
did
look.
you did what you had to do. That's the thing. That was the best way you could explain it, and it was effective. It worked, right?
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
But it was pretty fucked up, though. Looking back, though, I was like, yeah, maybe I could handle that a little bit better. Well, because goddamn, I was buying these fucking things, and she would, you know, like she was using them every day, and I saw them in the trash can in the bathroom. I was like, look, this is when you use them. Like I poured some V8 on a fucking napkin. When you see this, that's when you use these. It was like, dude, I'm sorry, but like, whatever, man. It's not like I had a lot of help with this.
Of course.
Like,
Like I said, you were making the best of the situation you were forced to be in.
I don't know.
It's nature. It's gonna happen, but at the same time, you know,
I probably could have handled it better, but
Probably.
I was tired of paying for a whole bunch of pads that like weren't being used, like actually used.
I can't imagine those are cheap.
No.
No, they're not. Like,
God, no. They were expensive as
I was
fuck.
buying the most expensive shit, and I was like, all right, okay, well, you need to quit fucking using these when.
And
Don,
there's
when I realized that there was different kinds of tampons.
God, have you been down that
Saint
fucking
Tropic.
tampon aisle and the fucking
Oh
pad aisle?
my
Yep.
On my watch
Jesus
list for
Christ,
years.
there's about. Yeah,
Hey.
there's like 50 kind of times, 50 types of tampons.
You got your heavy flow, your medium flow, your
Heavy
light
flow,
flow.
medium, low,
You got your
fucking
pads,
all this.
pads with wings. You got pads designed
Yellow
for
Fever Patrol
thongs.
Unit
It's
95
there.
Dude.
Then you got your
Said,
diapers.
I remember telling
Yeah,
this
that shit
looking
just-
chick
it
that
just
I see
blows
no
your
value
mind,
in
dude.
marriage, and it blew her away.
And I
Don't
used to
forget the
do
All
panty
she
liner.
can skit.
The first
Guaranteed got her
time
wet. She to
my,
this day still texts me the "Hey stranger."
my ex asked me to go get tampons. She didn't tell me what kind to
Yellow
get.
Fever Patrol Unit
Now I
95
knew there were different types.
said,
She
I
didn't
fucked a
tell me.
19-year-old daughter,
So I
You get
went
the
and-
variety of pack.
I got the variety pack.
And
Yeah.
And
well
you
did
know
that go
what?
over?
I did good.
Yeah, that get the
man.
variety pack. It covers everything.
So
I'm
it
telling
was
you, though,
okay.
you
Now
don't
when it
know.
came to pads, I had to I had to send screenshots. Which ones?
Well, pads are different, man, because pads are like, man, those things can be as big as like, oh god, they're so bulky and everything. Like, dude, you gotta go so different with pads than you do like the tampon. It's fucking
course.
ridiculous. And then like me having to explain to my daughter, how to,
Yellow
like,
Fever
okay,
Patrol
this is how
Unit
you use a
95.
tampon. Like, come on,
Said,
man. I'm like, are you sure you don't want to
memories
call
of
your mom?
socializing.
And she's like, no. And I'm like, well, fuck me, man. I'm like, look, just look. Okay.
I
It
have a
goes,
question.
What's up?
This is
Yellow
a
Fever Patrol Unit 95.
main-based channel. Why are you guys
It's a
talking
total
about
skit
periods and
sandwich today.
pads?
This is
well,
Fair question.
this
I have
is
no idea who brought it up.
Mike.
at least a couple of us have daughters, I think, and
Again,
or
this isn't
girlfriends
just
or
a
women.
male-based channel. This is a little bit of everything.
Yeah, but I said
Spearman.
mostly men.
Oh, yeah.
She has a point.
Because it
My
came up
guys
in
call them
conversation.
Waffles.
Waffles and
Waffles.
Oh man, he's working with Pop like 4 days a week now.
Dude, that's awesome, Yellow Fever.
A wild. J.I.
Oh, what's
the
up,
chat.
Jay?
Welcome to the stream. J.I.
I don't regret it, man.
Seth.
Like,
Open forum.
I was there for my
Ha, ha,
daughter,
ha.
man.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Saint
I'm an
Troglodyte.
open forum. We talk about anything and
We all have had to
everything.
go down that
In the spirit of
aisle
Pop
sometime,
and Blake,
and we all regret it.
a rock and rye Fago.
In a can?
I take care of my daughter, and I don't regret it. You know what? I never got embarrassed. I think I got more embarrassed buying condoms when I was 16 than I did buying fucking tampons or pads.
Why you
when I was
getting?
like 25
Why were you
or
embarrassed?
30.
Why were you embarrassed buying condoms at 16, Mike?
I don't know. Probably because I was buying Magnums and I had no fucking reason buying those. Should have bought the regular size
Spearman.
ones.
Said,
But
you aren't a
you know,
man,
it's kind of funny
UTIL,
though
you buy
when I
your
had to
bang
buy
made
like you know
tampons.
pads
Oh my
and
god.
fucking tampons and shit for my daughter. Like you know that shit actually never really embarrassed me. Actually, I used it to pick up women on the aisle. Some of them thought it was creepy, but some of them were like, "Hey man." I was like, "Hey man, I don't know what I'm doing." Like, it was
if
an
you think
icebreaker.
about it, it makes for
It was
a
an
good
icebreaker.
pickup line. Yeah, it's an icebreaker.
Oh yeah, I was like, hey man, like look, I'm a single dad taking care of my daughter. She's only, 12 years old or this, and like, I need a little bit of help, and it was like an icebreaker, and then I'm like, boom, I'm getting laid. So, like, I mean, there's some merit to it. It worked.
It's kind of,
Did you ask me if this was in a can sale?
it's kind of dirty.
Because like it's interesting that that's what it takes. Sometimes that will, because as a man, if I hear that, I'm sprinting the other direction. But
Yeah.
like women are turned on by it.
Well, because they think you're more secure if you're not scared about it and you're literally asking them about it. They're like, hey, you're not scared about this, you're just trying to take care of your daughter and you're raising her on your own and the mother's not around. And then like, so some women find it endearing, some don't, but like,
Yeah.
but you're comfortable enough and secure enough to fucking ask about it. So some women, it creeps them out. Other women, they think it's fucking great. So, like, hey, man, sometimes just walk up and down the tampon aisle and just, even if you don't have a kid, just
Oh no.
fucking pretend like you do. And
If I go to the store, I get my stuff and I get out. I can't stay in the store for 5 minutes.
I'm just saying.
Saint Troglodyte said,
Believe it or not,
I watched my son
I've
be
had
born and
friends
cut the
who've had
cord.
kids
So what does that
are
make
my
me?
friends until
LOL.
this day.
Well,
I
hopefully
love-
you were
I
the
mean,
father of that
great.
child.
No. I
No,
didn't
I'm
bang
talking
their
to the.
wives.
I'm talking
No.
about in the chat.
Oh, in the chat, yeah. But I'll never forget. I had a friend who he was married to this gal, and she had already been in a previous marriage, and they got divorced, and this was a great kid. I mean, he was just awesome, really cool young man. But almost daily, she'd ridicule him, she'd insult him some kind of way,
The spearman
and
said,
really try to
I'm
tear
not
him down.
entirely
And
sure my
as
son
I
is my
started
son.
to think about it, I
I'm
was
too
thinking,
afraid to check.
She's
He'll end
mad,
up in
she's
prison.
got bitterness because of the failure of first marriage,
Saint Troglodyte
and so now
said,
she's taking it out on
I blood
him.
tested him. He's mine.
And so I was like,
A
wow.
wild.
Then that makes you the
Rick's
father
JR.
for sure, sir.
Entered the chat.
That's
Welcome
not
to the stream.
uncommon.
Riggs
Unfortunately.
Riggs,
said,
why did you
I just
fart
farted in a
like that?
100
And I was
degree
just like
plant in Doug's
thinking to
direction
myself,
and
like,
outlawed
I
it was
hang out,
moist, moist,
you know,
moist.
this was a church group,
Saint
you know,
Troglodyte
some people I knew, I was
said,
going to church for
Riggs.
almost 10 years with them, and I became good friends with him and my buddy,
At
his
my carrier,
stepdad, you know, and I
said,
was like,
suck
man,
it,
you're
Riggs.
just a great kid. I don't know what you know is going on here.
Did you ask me if this was in a can, Chaos?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I've never had it in a can. I've always had it in a bottle.
And it's delicious.
Talking about breast milk?
No.
No, no.
Spearman
There you
said,
go.
Ave
No.
at Riggs Jr. I'm going to
I
don't
launch
know
lethal
why I'm
weapon
saying- I
because
don't know
of
why I
your
said that.
picture,
I've never tried
Riggs
that.
Jr.
But I'm talking about Fago.
said. I grew up being the only male in the house and they were
I've
lazy
heard of
about
people
taking
putting
out
that
their
in their
lady
coffee
waste cans.
and
With
stirring
no
it.
air conditioning,
your
it
coffee?
smelled like ripe, nasty cooner
milk
24/7.
is
God,
milk,
I
bro.
don't miss the smell.
That's
Yellow
not
Fever
nasty.
Patrol Unit
It ain't
95
Oh
something
no,
I do.
said,
you got
Rank
kids?
Fleeting Face Rigger
Nope.
Okay, then
Saint
you've never had
said,
a fucking woman
Nasty
that
LOL.
has a C cup that all of a sudden turned into a double D cup, and then when y'all are getting, you know, jiggy with it, at fucking 6 months pregnant, and
Oh,
they
I
turn
know.
into a double D, and then she starts shooting
Spearman
milk in your mouth.
said,
Like, you go with it, bro.
Riggs has such a colorful
No,
vocabulary.
I know what you're
LOL.
Go with
talking
it. You go with it, bro.
Get help.
I'm saying,
Hey man, whatever floats your boat.
I'm
I
just
wouldn't
teasing
do
you.
it.
don't hate. Don't hate.
I don't think anybody's hating.
Go ahead. I'm
No,
just saying I wouldn't
Nobody's hating.
do it. No,
Oh.
I'm just saying, dude.
When did...
Do it, man.
Now he
Wow.
pops up.
I'm not
Chris
about
He
it.
just
Mitchell
popped in to say
entered the
goodnight.
chat. Welcome to the stream.
You bigot,
Chris
Chris.
Mitchell
Get in here.
You too good to
said,
get in here, Chris? What
Good
the
night,
fuck?
everyone.
You
Riggs
diabetes
Jr.
emperor. You get in
said,
here.
Fucking...
Yet it was fucking gross. The used
You know
pads
you
were
want
piled
to,
all around the
Emperor
toilet
Mitchell.
to within a few inches of the seat on the toilet.
Man,
Tell you what, man,
Damn
some
it,
breast
dude.
milk
You're
is a lot
starting
sweeter
to-
than you think it is, man. That shit is fucking great, bro.
you're starting to act more and more
That's
like
what-
Trader Trudeau there, man. What the fuck, Chris Mitchell?
Uh-oh.
What the fuck, Chris Mitchell? You starting to act more and more like Trader Trudeau.
Yeah, Chris.
What
Get in
the
here.
fuck?
You take your punishment like an emperor.
Who the fuck
Fucking
you got here?
too
Thor?
good to
That
fucking
guy looks
come
like
in
Thor.
here.
Riggs Jr.
That could be,
said,
what do you mean? Looks
Spearman,
like
I grew
Thor.
up around mechanics,
kinda looks
truckers,
like
and Navy
Thor.
family.
I mean,
I
you
speak
mean
fluent
Sean St.
sailor,
George?
haha.
Then you got Doug with Man Bear Pig.
Riggs Jr. said,
Get in here,
Good night, you bigot.
Chris.
I mean,
And Bear Pig.
I'm
Oh.
telling you, man, if you ain't never
See,
had, if
he's
you ain't
already-
never had
he's
some
already
fresh
left,
breast milk,
too.
like you
Like-
don't know what you're missing, boy.
Like, what the hell? What the hell,
And
Chris?
He's gonna get released on the
You're
public
starting,
in 20
you're
years.
starting to act
Man,
more and more like
brother,
Trader
not.
Trudeau, bro. Like, what the hell? Making us do all the work while you just sit there and die of your diabetes and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Chris.
Oh man, why'd you have to go there with the
Chris
diabetes, man?
Chris, come
Said,
on, man.
Holy fuck.
Hey,
What the
Diabetes.
fuck you say, heretic?
it ain't as bad as it could be. If you've ever been around Jackson, Red Pill Rhino,
My family is full of
You had to
addicts,
go with
so
the
I got a lot
diabetes,
of that
man.
too,
Come on,
lol.
bro.
no, I'm saying if you ever been around Jackal with Rhino, he gets on him hard, calling him a fat fuck, and hopes he dies. And
Oh, wow.
no,
funny as
it's
shit.
not nice.
It is funny as
That's
shit.
not
though.
nice.
It's all in the delivery. That's the thing. It's all in the
Yeah,
delivery.
it's funny as shit. I mean, we don't take that stuff serious.
Yeah, I hope
No.
when it's my time, I got a
You
friend
see,
there who'll tell
we're
me,
still waiting for Chris's ass to get in here. But no, he got to be acting like Trader Trudeau, man. Just
Jesus Christ.
Man,
That's not
look
nice.
at Chris being defiant and stuff. Like, get in here, man. Stop. You're gonna get made fun of if you don't get in here.
I think he's gonna get.
That's
I think
true.
he's. I think he's
Hey,
gonna
you
get.
fat fuck. Like, is that how we're going?
I think he's gonna get made fun of whether he's in here or
Get
not.
in here. Stop resisting.
Come on, man. Stop resisting your diabetes. Let's get your blood sugar levels. Fucking right, bro. Come on.
Check your blood sugar.
I'm Scott Malkin. I have
Oh,
Come on, Chris. Join us.
Oh my god.
So horrible. It's so horrible.
Man,
Sorry, Chris.
these
Sorry.
Fago Rockin' Rides are delicious, man. These are some good ass drinks.
They don't have that flavor up here, I don't think.
Hi, I'm Wilford Brimley. And I
Flavor is,
have
but it's good.
diabetes. And last week I struck my wife. And then I found out my wife died 6 years ago.
Oh, what? What happened?
He's quoting Family Guy.
Yeah, Family Guy.
There's still an
Chris
open
Mitchell
case. Like they don't know who
Justin
done it?
Castro is in BC, but goddamn,
I didn't pull
that's
it
a
off
new low,
right, but
even
it's
for you guys.
a clip off Family Guy.
he said.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking.
Wilford Brimley.
He
He's like,
said.
I have
He said
diabetes.
Justin Castro is in BC, but goddamn, that's a new low even for
Chris
you
Mitchell.
guys.
Said.
Like
LOL,
me, I
Justin
could've
is
done
awesome.
it.
Justin Trudeau can get hands too. I mean, we can throw hands on him. He's a little punk
Oh,
bitch
yeah.
too.
You know how many
Joe
times
Look at my dreamy locks,
Bob?
and look at my pussy lips, my pretty pink
So
pussy
kidding?
lips.
We will throw hands with Trudeau.
No, what's kidding? What you got?
No, like
Saint
every
Troglodyte
city that he's been
said,
to so far here in
Give it a few
Canada,
minutes, we'll hit
he
a new
has
low
been
LOL.
mobbed by the anti-Trudeau coalition, and he's had to start being escorted around by military bodyguards.
Oh my god, such a fragile flower.
Yeah, what a
At least-
pussy.
At least down south here in Ontario, in one city, he had to be escorted by armed guard. I'm not too sure about everywhere else, but it's getting bad for him.
Trudeau. Doug, bow your head. We're gonna pray for Trudeau's safety.
Ooh.
Do what out? Pray for his safety.
No.
Yeah, he thought you're not
Oh,
getting none of this
fudge.
prayer.
Oh,
You're not getting none of this prayer, Trudeau. Who do you think you are?
oh. You know, that is a wrestle that I have in my heart, because it's like, I'll be quite honest with you guys. There are people in this world that I want to leave this world having rejected
Yellow Fever Patrol Unit
and having
95
to go through those
said,
consequences. They
Chris
don't
is
get
too
my
busy
prayers.
posting butthole pics on his only diabetes
You know anybody
account.
with a pig farm?
I don't.
Well, you need to
They
find
don't
one.
get either, Doug.
You need to find one.
My uncle has a farm.
Is it a pig farm?
They don't get any of this
He has
prayer.
pigs, cows, bulls, chickens,
Man.
geese, ducks,
Feed them with
horses.
the pigs. Just take all the teeth out and then feed the rest to the pigs.
Oh God.
I'm just
I mean-
saying.
Who do you think you are, Trudeau?
He even has wild coyotes going through his yard.
Take all his
I
teeth
wish
out
it
and feed
weren't
them to the
true,
pigs.
it's
Fuck them.
true.
You and Biden can take a one-way trip to hell.
Yeah, not my problem.
You shut up, Mr. Hand.
You get on that. You
Not
get on
my
that bus
problem.
ride to hell, Mr. Biden and Trudeau.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck them all, man.
Riggs
I don't ever
Jr.
want to see you again.
Said.
Get on that bus ride.
New low. Mike Mitchell
I'm
sucking
gonna
the
be
throw
real
Monday from
honest.
Turbo's
President
taint.
Trump is the first leader that I can remember in my lifetime who I believe is a
Yellow Fever
righteous
Patrol Unit 95
person.
said,
That, you know,
a
that's
pig's
why he gets
appetizer
my
fave are
support.
feminists' fingers.
He's righteous. I didn't say perfect. Everybody always expects perfect.
I don't know, man.
Hey.
Perfect's hard to accomplish.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
You'll never find
I'd
someone
agree
that's
with you.
perfect.
I wouldn't
not
say
perfect.
perfect, but I'd agree with you. Like, if he would just shut the fuck up on his tweeters and tweets and all this bullshit. But yeah, it would have been much better. But You know,
Oh yeah.
Ronald Reagan,
Yellow
man,
Fever
like
Patrol
he was
Unit
the.
95 said.
I mean, he kind of like
Allegedly,
laid the.
allegedly.
I don't know, man.
Bricks Jr.
I'd say
He
Ronald Reagan.
wasn't as
Taking
great
the
as everybody
feminist count as
remembers him.
cannibalism.
Well, but he did a lot
But
better
with hindsight,
for the economy, like, you know, and
I mean,
goddamn, look, ever since Biden got elected, like, dude, all of our fuel prices, our fucking food prices, and everything is fucking double. Like, you know, it's absolutely
Yellow Fever
ridiculous.
Patrol
How
Unit
could you not
95.
be, like, how could you be so obtuse that
Counts
you
for
can't
20
see
points
that?
Riggs.
You know?
because he has a different agenda in mind.
Yeah, because we're talking about, we're gonna try to fucking fool everybody over here on this side, talking about all the people with chicks with dicks that want to fucking do this and that and blah blah blah. Like, let's talk about the actual fucking economy though. Like, come on, man, we were so much better. We were exporting oil for the first time in how many fucking decades? Like, and we were like, dude, and we had low gas prices and everything, and like. And then they come in, and then they fucking just ruin everything, fucking inflation through the roof, fucking everything goes through the roof, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna, you know, all this shit, we're gonna do the Anti-Inflation
Yellow
Act,
Fever Patrol
which
Unit
you
95
caused, by the way,
said.
and then, like,
Oh,
it doesn't do
more
anything.
inflation.
Yeah, so it, like, it actually caused more inflation, so, yeah, what the fuck, man? You think people are that stupid?
Yes, they do, because people voted
They
it
keep
in.
voting for him.
Exactly.
we were
And this is
actually
why
energy
not
independent.
everybody needs the right to vote.
Yeah, well, it
It
didn't matter
should
when
be
they
a
were
privilege.
stuffing ballot boxes and fucking all this shit, and goddamn well, you knew goddamn well what they were doing, and there's people videotaping them doing it.
And
And they just let
hacking
'em
the
do it.
machines. No,
Yeah,
they
and, you know-
they called them out, but they were called conspiracy theorists, or it was
Yeah.
called misinformation,
They
or
literally stole an
right wing.
election.
The
There's
new one, the new one is
word for it.
right wing
Trigger.
conspiracy.
The short-sightedness of the female
Right
voter.
wing conspiracy is the new buzzword for them.
They stole an election, and they goddamn well did it, and everybody knows it.
Oh yeah.
And they just,
Of course they did.
and they fucking, you know, fuck it.
Well,
What are
I
you
mean,
gonna do
there's
now?
still the ones that'll deny, but they're
What do you
they're
think's gonna
brainwashed
happen
as
for the
fuck.
next 20 or 30 years of your life? They're gonna keep stealing elections now that they know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Do you think there's ever gonna be a fair election again?
Oh God,
Well, they don't necessarily have to steal it anymore. These elections from now on are stolen because both sides are already bought and paid for. They already rigged elections. So, I mean, they've got it locked down on the fixed part.
Yellow Fever
You know,
Yeah,
it's
Patrol
they're
just a
Unit
matter of if
95
people see it.
said.
We're fucked.
Inflation
Look,
is getting
luckily
out of
for
control.
us, like,
What
look,
makes
at
it easier to
best we
survive
got
is a
like
really
what,
good stiff
another
arm
30
to a Western
years
goat's fat cucks.
for the rest of our lives.
give or take. Now now it can be fixed, but you
Let's
gotta
just-
start getting the right people in those
Let's just live our
positions,
happiest lives.
and
Fuck it, 'cause
that's gonna be the hard part, getting the right people
voting's
in
gonna
those
be illegal.
positions.
There's nothing we can do to change it. Let's just go ahead and live the best lives we can, and hey, if there is a civil war, hey, get your fucking ammo out and get your guns out and fucking go to
Yeah,
town,
I
boy.
like that.
Like,
I'm with you on that, Mike. Absolutely.
fuck it. Get your goddamn guns out, get your ammo out, if there is another fucking thing. But for the most part, all we can do is just grin and bear it, man. You might as well be in prison. Just, hey, Bubba's coming here in the jail cell and he's
Make
fucking
me
sticking it in
dictator
your
for 5
fucking
years.
ass.
I mean,
I could fix all of it.
if that were the case, then I could technically fix it.
Well,
And I would definitely start with the purging of certain political ideologies that are infecting the education system.
I'll tell you, one of the places you want to be is going to be in Texas or Florida. You're not going to want to be in California or
Maybe
New
not
York or
even
any of these
Florida
other
so
fucking
much.
swing states or anything.
Well, most of those states are ran by one or two big blue cities who can't survive without the red counties who supply them.
Yep.
About
Exactly.
5 years ago, I would agree with y'all in Texas, but now that I see y'all stay kind of
Yellow Fever Patrol Unit 95.
They've been
said,
saying that for years,
all
man.
politicians.
Oh hell, even Alaska turned purple.
Even the fucking immigrants that come over here from Mexico and shit vote red, like when they're allowed to vote.
again, I mean, I'm sure Alabama will
Spearman
turn purple here
said,
in the next few years too.
At KS 4728, are there ways to get to Texas if
Yeah,
you're
but
broke?
what's going to come down to it is
Yellow
you look
Fever
at
Patrol
you took county by
95
county, like
said,
every fucking county
Cement
in
shoe
the
maxing.
entire United States.
Well, there's
It's like,
hitchhiking.
it's like 80 to 90% red.
It depends on where you want to go here in Texas too. But
Yeah, well,
it depends
most
on how
likely
broke
we're in
you are.
Downtown Houston or downtown San Antonio or downtown fucking Dallas, you know?
Like, are you willing to ride a bus or Spirit Airline maybe? I mean, it depends on how much stuff you have too. And I'd just rent and technically all you would need is a U-Haul and all your junk. Well, stuff.
It comes down to it, man.
Comes down to how much stuff you want to keep too.
Texas should have seceded
Yeah, we
Long
should have
time
seceded when we had the chance.
a long time ago. We got our own goddamn fucking Air Force.
We have our own economy.
We got our own economy, our own Air Force, our own fucking army, our own fucking everything. We should have seceded a long time ago, bro.
Oh, come on.
Scott
I'm already
Perry
in the middle of
or
the
Rick Perry, whatever his name was, he tried to,
Rick
try to pull it off, but
Fuck
Perry
Rick
was a
Perry.
dumbass.
That fucking
Perry was an
globalist
idiot.
piece of shit. Fuck that globalist
He
piece of
was
shit.
he was one of the idiots. He was one of the dumbasses.
Climate change.
I like homeboy in the wheelchair though.
Yeah, but he's not bad.
The
I like
Spearman
him. I like him.
said,
He
I have
he,
dick.
he makes the hard
in my
choices.
perfect world, I could
He
get
does what
there
needs to
with
be done,
nothing
bro.
and have a job and maybe a roof waiting for me.
What
If he
else
was
you gonna do?
smart, he would be
From
purging
there.
the
Yeah.
education system of this Marxist
A while.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Successful
Yeah.
endeavors.
Yeah.
SCE.
Chat.
What's
Welcome
good,
to
All
brother?
of them.
Successful
All
I kinda
endeavors.
like-
politicians.
said,
They're all
I know you're gonna
corrupt.
hate me for that, but I like DeSantis too. But DeSantis is
DeSantis.
different than Abbott. Like DeSantis is a fucking.
He's a shill too.
He is.
Yeah.
But he still does the same kind of shit so far, anyways. That like Trump was doing, but it's only because he wants to appear to be like Trump. It's not because he actually believes in this shit and actually fucking.
Thank
But
you
he
for all of
he
your
makes this shit
efforts
happen,
at
man. Like he
successful
fucked Disney
endeavors.
real good, and I like that.
Heck yeah.
So, I mean, if I had a second choice other than Trump, man, like I'd vote for DeSantis.
I think Vivek is a little bit more based, but
I'll tell you now.
Vote chaos for you, 2024.
I'll vote for we could just fucking write you in on a ballot, Chaos.
I'm an independent, goddammit. That makes
be
me
like, hey.
dangerous.
Yeah, we just write you in
People
on a
might
ballot.
actually vote.
We just like, hey, the
Yes.
ball-headed bitch.
said,
Yes,
Yes,
that
talk
makes
about
me pretty good.
politicians in any
it is.
capacity is a
Talking
waste
about
in
any
my
politician's
opinion.
a waste of time.
I won't
None of
say
them are
it,
gonna
but we
do
all know
anything.
what would have to be
Yeah.
done to fix
Oh
this
no,
mess.
they'd start fishing around in my past and start going for the character assassination quick.
You know, there's a shadow
they'll
government.
always find something or they'll create it.
Oh, of
There's a
course.
deep state.
They'll-
There's a deep
yeah,
all they
deep
gotta
state,
do
shadow
is go on my
government, yeah.
Facebook page,
Said,
and they
"We
got
do what we
enough
can to prevent
ammo.
these communists
Yeah, I
from
mean, the
screwing
deep
up your
state is the
lives."
part of the government that you can't track down or trace.
That's right, and that's what I call the shadow government. Like,
Hillary
yeah, the shadow government,
and
the deep state. Like, why is
Perry.
it that there's?
Hey,
Why is it
You
that
wanna know
there's
who that-
documents
hey.
that even the president can't fucking see?
the globalists. There's a shadow government.
I mean, I
Yeah,
say
like
it all
all
the
those-
time.
They're the
I say it all-
ones that are in bed with foreign dignitaries the most.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
all
I
those
say-
faggots that are in the Bilderberg meetings.
I say it all the time. Do
Yep.
people
Look at
honestly
Mitch
think Joe
McConnell's
Biden-
wife and her ties to the CCP.
Yep.
I say it all the time. Do people think Joe Biden and Justin Trudeau is running these countries respectively?
Nah,
No,
they're
people actually believe
placeholders. They're placeholders
troglodyte
until they find
says,
somebody to replace
"Night,
him
everyone."
with. All right,
Oh,
you
man,
nice
there's
Saint
nobody good
Troglodyte.
enough.
The spearman
It is what it is.
said,
And
"Saint
people might
Troglodyte Night Bro."
say, oh, you're just perpetuating the Red Scare. No, I ain't perpetuating anything. This is really what's to come, and it's either
only
be
has,
ready or
It's influence, culture, politics.
oh yeah, it's
law,
only a matter
everywhere.
of time.
Yep.
And that time's gonna
Guarantee
come when the shooty pew
Even our
pews, because that's
what
what
is
they're
it?
gonna come for next.
If they steal another election, and it's fucking apparent like it was this last one.
They're going.
If they steal another election, there is literally going to be another goddamn fucking civil war, bro. And guess who's going to win?
They're-
All the people. who
No
are
one
wrong.
wins in that scenario.
Nope.
Well,
they're gonna steal it. They're gonna steal it, and there's gonna be a lot of people that's just gonna turn their nose at it like they did this last election.
Because they think they're gonna reap the benefits.
I don't think so, man. I think
But
we'll have a
they
full
won't
civil
learn.
war, man.
And if it comes to
Yeah,
it,
granted,
then-
there's a lot of people waking up to it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
gonna be a different story.
but
I
it's
think
still not
gonna be a
enough.
different
It's kind of getting to too little, too late instances.
Look at January 6th. Oh, my God.
Insurrection, my ass. That's the
Yeah,
fucking.
and that was all
That's all the
propagated and
alphabet
fucking by
agencies. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was
all
all
as a
done by
psyop by the
fucking
alphabet
DOJ.
agencies.
Like they actually.
Don't
Oh,
even.
you remember that little documentary Pelosi's daughter was doing that got leaked? I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. It's like, yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you want a justifiable
mean-
reason to seize authoritarian control.
I mean,
Don't
seriously.
you think it's funny that every time that they find somebody that's done something wrong on the Democrat side, then they automatically bring out a new indictment on Trump? Like,
It's a
Well,
distraction.
that's what's been happening with Hunter in his case. Every time a new breaking story in his case comes up,
then
it's
they
a new
automatically bring
indictment.
out a new
Look.
fucking thing on Trump, right?
I mean, look, how much more proof do people need than to know AOC lied about it?
Rick
She wasn't even
J.R.
in the building when it took
said,
place. I mean, how much
"Ain't
more proof
nobody
do
gonna
people
do
need
shit.
to see that something's
They've
up?
already
Well,
stolen several
fishy.
elections."
Remember her photo op at the Border Center? She's
I
crying in her white
do,
suit.
with those fake crocodile tears.
Yeah, she wasn't even at the center.
I'd like to make that bitch cry for
Successful
shoving my cock
endeavors.
down her fucking
Oh,
throat.
And then
No,
there
you
was
have
the
to
whole
Collected
when
weapons in New Orleans
when
following
Colombia got hit by that hurricane that fucked everything up real bad. Oh, my abuela! Those things Trump sent down there, my abuela can't get them.
Did you say
She's down there
Colombia?
stuffing, Cuba.
The spearman
Cool.
No, isn't that? I thought that was Puerto Rico.
is ready
He's
for them
from
to
all
shoot
of them,
down
man.
the world again.
Oh,
There is
no.
no way
You're
the
like Tony
establishment will let
Montana.
an
She
outsider
said
come
She's
in.
from one of
dumbass
them.
in the world is a big pussy. Your wedding
Her
will get
family, her
what you
family
doing,
come
Johnny?
from Cuba.
Oh, Johnny.
fucked. I got
I
all
thought it
the
was
boots.
Puerto Rico,
I got all
but
the boots
all right.
coming out my fucking ears, man.
Hello, who's this?
Johnny.
It's
Johnny.
Johnny
Oh.
Midnight.
Hey, what's up,
Yeah,
Johnny
how's it
Midnight? How
going?
you doing?
Hey, doing good, man. Doing good. I just
Oh,
decided.
that'd be
I decided to pop in, so I heard you
Well,
guys.
Chris backed out, so at least we got somebody.
Pussy! Terrible leader, man. Good leaders are supposed to lead by example. So if
Yeah,
I'm
Chris.
following the Chris's lead, I'm to turn my tail and run.
Damn it, Chris.
That would mean you have to end the stream, though.
Mitchell?
Yeah, Chris.
No, I gotta
Yeah,
end the
we're talking
stream
about
too.
Chris
Oh
Mitchell.
shit, let's go. Bye, y'all.
Chris, what are you doing, man? You're supposed to lead us. Like, what's going on here?
I kid.
Shit.
Successful endeavors. Said
Come on, man.
chaos. What kind of
Hey,
ninja
man,
game
I'm gonna
is
talk to
this?
y'all later, man.
Take it easy, Mike. So, this is Berserk.
Bazooka.
Yep, it's
Nice
based
talking
off
to you,
of it's based off of an anime that came out in the 90s. It's also based off of a comic book.
Yep.
I don't
It
know
looks
which
kinda
one
like
came out
Mountain
first.
Blade, but I could be totally wrong about that.
I
No,
get-
if you're familiar with Dynasty Warrior games,
Yeah,
it's like
I
Dynasty
get
Warriors
the Dynasty
adapted
Warrior
to
vibe.
the Berserk story.
Okay, cool. I loved all the Gundam Dynasty Warriors.
Oh,
So great.
yes.
So many
I wish they would come out
Plus
with
you could
more.
all the Gundams,
Really good
which
game.
was really cool. I mean, they did not skimp on
No,
that.
At
they
my
They
didn't.
pretty much took. They
Said,
they paid attention
Later,
to
guys,
every
and
one of the
gals.
universes all in
Spearman.
one disc. I was amazed.
It's good stuff.
Look at
And
that
it was an
shit.
Xbox only too.
Yeah,
Gundam Battle Assault games were really good.
They weren't bad.
yeah, those were really good too. They tried for a minute there to have a Gundam MMO. I think it was only released in Japan though, and it didn't survive very long. It didn't make a very big splash, so they pulled the plug on the servers. But
Gundam Battle.
I got 2 more captains, and then I go
Mike,
take
will you-
out the final guy. Mike, yeah, he's done for the night.
Yeah.
He's got to go wipe his vagina and go to sleep. Because he can't hang, because he's old.
the goo wipes. I got
Shit, I'm locked in here now. I guess I gotta go fight the final boss. Alright, let's go.
Look what you did, Chris.
I need to assume the semi-serious gamer stance. God damn it.
You're causing people to go to bed. Damn, it's already 2:30 right
It
Yeah, same
sure
here.
is.
The spearman said,
you just
a
doxed your
Gundam
time
game
zone.
that is
So
like
did I.
chivalry or Mordho would be
Central
really cool.
Standard Time.
Yeah,
now. Just left.
Who did?
Somebody else just left. I don't know.
Oh,
How's it going, Johnny?
bye. Rude, not saying goodbye first. The fuck?
we got Sean, we got Outlaw, we got
Successful
Kitten,
endeavors.
we got you, Chaos, and then we have Sir Douglas.
Japanese aren't surviving.
And you know
Someone
why,
pulled the
SC?
plug on the server known as
Because
Japan.
they know that enough of us are watching Japanese as alternatives to this Western media, and so they're going to go where the majority is and pull the plug on it because of that.
Pull the plug on the server known as Japan. See, that's funny, dude.
Spearman.
He ain't
Yeah.
entirely wrong.
I weep for Japan.
You know what?
I want to
Japan
wait for-
reminds me of the elves in Lord of the Rings, where it's like, you know what? We're fucking done. We're gonna go to the Grey Havens and sail away from the fucking world.
I mean, for fuck's sakes, I mean, you know.
I kind of can't blame them, but I do want to fight. I want to see what happens.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm just done with these motherfuckers.
I
I'm
wish
just
they
sick
had
of
like fucking Gundams like that they were building in secret
No.
underneath Japan, and they get up, they're like 50-foot samurai.
Hey,
like,
Kitten.
that was
Post that
Yeah.
Gundam thing in the general chat.
a 50-foot Wing Zero with a twin Buster rifle would be terrifying.
Fuck yeah, there you go, man. A Gundam.
I would
Tal'Din.
be happy with that.
And then they fly right over Davos, and they just like unload it, fucking
Oh my god.
foot rockets all over it. That would
I
be
can only
so
share it
crazy.
in Messenger.
Successful endeavors.
Copy the link.
Sauron and the Rainbow Orcs.
Sauron and the Rainbow Orcs. Yeah. Or fucking high.
How do I do that?
It should give you the option when you click on it. Hold down on it. Well, it depends on if it's got a share option. Click the share and then click copy the link, and then
Where are we finding this?
she's gonna
It's
be
like
putting
right-
it. She's gonna be putting
Oh,
it in the
okay.
general chat when she gets it.
I got you.
In the general chat that we're in now, or the main general chat?
General chat of the Discord. Desperate
There you go.
battle. Alright, yeah, I'll go take a look. I'll show it here in a second. We'll get this basics.
Oh yeah,
in.
the Spearman corrected me. Urukai are creations of
Spearman
Saruman, not Sauron,
said,
fucking nerd. Okay.
Urukai are creations of Saruman, not Sauron. Nerd.
That's right.
JK.
Oops, I need this. Alright, and I need this.
Successful endeavors. Said. Outlaw, I sent you that video
Outlaw
of the
SE
mentally
sent you
challenged
the
that are
video
being
of the mentally
manipulated by the rainbow
challenged that are
folks.
being manipulated by the rainbow folk.
Lovely.
Alright, let's see here.
Move the screen
Alright, let
around.
me see.
Alright,
Because your notification didn't show up.
so this is over there in Japan, supposedly. It moves really slow, but
Holy shit!
what's not to say
They made it.
eventually? What's not to say eventually? It's it'll be able to move faster. I mean, this is how it starts.
That's one
And-
hell of a toy.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
massive.
The Spearman.
Does it have a pilot or is it just
At
all
Successful
remote control?
Endeavors, I saw the Hodge twins cover that.
Holy
I
shit!
felt sick watching that.
And
They
that's not
built